think that I'm afraid, but I don't break. I heard you question my stability. You think I'll fall just like a guillotine, but I am here to stay. Won't look away. The storm is coming, so you better start running. No, you can't control, feel it in my bones. I'm coming for the, coming for the. I'm coming for the throne. I'm coming for the throne. So you wanna be my enemy? You should've known I'd never kiss the rain. Ice runs in my veins, won't play it safe. I don't belong with your nobility. Who died and made you king of anything? You think that I'm insane? It's your mistake. Kingdoms rise and fall, I've come to take it all. I'll take it, I've come to take it. Kingdoms rise and fall, I've come to take it all. I'll take it all. The storm is coming, so you better start running. No, you can't control, feel it in my bones. I'm coming for the, coming for the. Coming for the throne. I'm coming for the throne.
What's going on, folks? Will Stewart here with another post-match late night THFC rant show. My name is Will Stewart, and little technical difficulties right out of the gate. Always love it when your computer decides to restart on you and things get out of place of where they should be. So my apologies on that. But here we are. We win today 1-0 at Fulham. The game itself was I don't know. What do we call the game? You know, hard fought battle. Is I guess what we call it. And that's the way the cookie crumbles right now. Not a bad game by any means. The first 20 minutes, I think, were a little bit shaky. After that, though, we looked a little bit better. Hard fought. You know, it is what it is. But Scott M calls it boring. That's what he calls it. But let's see who's in the chat right now. We got Ryan Busy 86. Big yourself up. Ethan Spurs in the house. Big up, Will. Big yourself up. Sarah Ace. I have no idea what that says. I'm not going to say it because I don't know what it means. At PB Jam. Oh, say, can you see? That's right. By the Don's Early Lights. We got Elias Krishan in the house. Big up, Elias. See you in the back. We'll be bringing you guys on shortly. Chris Cranston's in the house. The link is pinned to the top of both chats, I think. Whether it be Will Stewart 365 or if you're watching on Tottenham Away. If you want to join the little show, that's where the link is. If you're watching on Twitch or Twitter, unfortunately, you'll have to come over to one of those other two platforms if you want to get the link to join the show. That's where the link is. If you want to write in the chat, if you're watching the show, like, man, why can't I write in the chat? That's because you got to subscribe to the channels, right? Whether you're watching on one or the other. If you want to chat in one or the other, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Maybe after I kill the Will Stewart 365 stream later on in the show, I might take the Tottenham Away one off subscriber only, but it helps keep the spam bots out of the chat, because that way if the spam bots want to spam the chat, they got to subscribe to the channel too. Makes sense, right? Smart brains, smart guy. We got Paul Ireson here. Hey, Will, let's not argue tonight. I can't guarantee that won't happen. It just depends on what's going on. There's a link there for the Will Stewart 365 stream. Right now, you can watch it on any of those. You can also watch the show on Twitter. You can watch the show live on Twitch as well. So if you prefer any one of those different platforms, the show is all over the place. I don't stream live on Facebook anymore because Facebook makes it a pain in the butt to stream over there. You got to like re-add your account all the time. And to be honest with you, I don't do Facebook hardly at all anymore. And, you know, I always forget what my password is. So, but I don't ever log in. Who else we got in the chat here? We got Dan Davenport in the house. Big up Dan Davenport. We see you in the back as well. Jay Park, 안녕하세요. Will, 안녕하십니까. 우리 한국 여러분들 새해 복 많이 받으세요. 와서서 감사합니다. We've got PB and Jam there again, shuffling. Yeah, my music, my Spotify was in the wrong spot, and my buttons don't work right now on this big giant stream deck that I've got. They're not connected for some reason. I don't know why. But hopefully that gets. Let's see if it works. No, it should. If I push this button right here, it should pause the music. So, does the camera buttons work? No, I'm gonna have to unplug this puppy and plug it back in or something. I don't know what's going on, but it is annoying, that's for sure, because one of the fun parts about this show is all of the fun music and stuff that we do when people come on the show. So we'll unplug. That's a Stream Deck too, by the way. If people don't know what a Stream Deck is, this is what I'm talking about. This is what runs the show, baby. This is what runs the show. Elgato Stream Deck. If you are a streamer, I highly recommend you get yourself one. When you don't have it, it becomes a big pain in the caboose. So let's see if that works now. Yeah, it works. So see, it works now. Push a button, mutes the music. Mutes the music. That's why I was all jacked up in the beginning. I was pushing buttons and nothing was happening. But who else we got? We got Alex Burlton in the house. Big up Alex and Burlton. Good evening, everyone. Good evening to everyone over there as well. Big up, my man. We got Panagodius Cloudus again. Emerson, inverted wingback masterclass. Emerson had a good game today. Not gonna lie. Emerson had a good game. Scott M. Boring is what he calls a big up Scott. We got Matt C in the house. I think that the team played well all around. Could have done a little bit more. I could have done with a little more attacking prowess. That's for sure. That's for sure. Bookmark 1, 2, 3, 4. Emerson showing the true Brazilian in him. Don't know if I would go that far, but he definitely had a good game. Definitely had a good game. I call it like it is. Right? There's no agendas with me. Right? Everybody thinks I have an agenda, but I don't. I always call it how it is. That's how we do. We got Marios Sava. It's not Sava, but it's Sava. I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce it, but big up Marios. We got Graham in the house as well. Great vocal chants of Levy out at the game tonight. Best so far. I agree. Well, I'll clap in the mic so people can hear me, but big up to the away fans. You guys rock. The away fans. Today, in my opinion, is better than the home fans have been in a while. You could hear them screaming it out, screaming it proud. Antonio back in the manager, calling for Levy out. Big up yourselves. I really am proud of you guys out there today. We got Daniel in the house as well. Big up, my man. Hope you're doing well. Cold shots in the house. Will Shikante use a 3-man midfield for City 3-5-2. Look, I'm in a different school of this, man. I've done a lot of research into Conte's tactics. I know what he's trying to do. We actually play with a 4-man midfield. I know people don't want to hear that, but it's true. We do. Right? Son and Kulusevski are not wingers. They are midfielders. We play with 2 attacking mids and 2 holding mids. Right? It's the way it is. That's why you see Son so narrow this season. That is it. The width comes from the wing backs. Hey, call me crazy. I'm a Yank. What do I know? VJM in the house. Big up VJ Will. Great to join the call. Looking forward to your analysis. Yeah, it's gonna be a good show, I think. We got some people in the back already. If you do want to join the show, remember the link is pinned to the top. You just gotta click it. Come on the show. As long as you don't show what the good Lord gave you down below, live on stream, you're welcome to come on, camera or no, and all that good stuff. Snooze fest. The door is right there, dude. All you gotta do is hit exit, right, and you'll be gone. Don't worry about it. If you don't like the show, you know where to go. And then we got Alejandro Perez in the house. Big up Alejandro. Sup, lads? How are you doing, my man? I'm doing well. I hope everybody else is doing well tonight. Full Bulls in the house. Big up, my man. Big Willie in the house. That is right. Scott Spurs is appearing in here. Big up away fans. That is correct. We got Monty Pete in the house. Emerson offers nothing going forward, but he's not a defensive liability. Well, at least not today. There have been some instances in where he has been a defensive liability. But it is what it is. In fact, people don't realize Son is playing deeper now. Like you said, just blows my mind. I know, man. I know. I don't know what to say. But yeah. That's it. My quick thoughts on the show or on the game today before we start bringing some of the guests on. Oh yeah, if you meant the game was a snooze fest, yeah, then yeah, I'm sorry. Okay, my apologies, Todd. My apologies. But you never know, man. I catch a lot of heat, dude. For as many positive comments as I get, there's probably 2 to 3 times as negative ones. So you get a little bit cynical in your old age, I guess, when you do YouTube for as long as I've been doing it. We're rolling up on, I think it's going to be 2 years in March that I've been doing YouTube. So, you know, I'm maybe not as friendly as I used to be. Big up Mark Swift, always in the chat. Even though it's late for him or early for him, rather. We got Alex in the house. Away fans were amazing today. Yes, they were. And I've already bigged up you guys so far. But what was the show like today? I mean, what was the game like today? First half, I thought was pretty even. We had some shaky points. I want to say probably around, maybe a little slow out of the gate in the first 5 minutes. Middle of the first half, we had some issues with their pace of play, and we weren't playing very fast ourselves, right? Pretty slow. I've noticed that we weren't playing a lot of one touch anything in the first half. It's 2 and 3 touches before moving the ball, and that's just too dang slow at this level, if you really want me to be honest. Then ball comes into Son. Son finds Harry Kane, plays a good pass to his outside foot. Again, I don't know what the agenda is against Son. A lot of people are saying, it was a nothing pass or whatever. But no, I mean, in tight spaces, playing a ball to somebody's outside foot so it doesn't get nicked is a skill in and of itself. But then Harry Kane, man, with a magic finish, takes one step, right, turns, takes a touch, puts him outside it, and puts it right around the outside of the post. Right around the inside of the post, rather. And 1-0. Then second half, we sat back. Our defensive shape looked good. You could really see the banks of 4 really clear and crisp and held their space. Everybody was doing their job, and we held it out for a clean sheet. No big Hugo mistakes today. All of that good stuff. But with that, let's bring in the first guest of the night. You know him. Well, I mean, maybe you don't know him, but you're about to get to know him, and not in the Alex THFC way. Elias, Step Up Spurs is in the house. What's going on, Elias?
A good game today, finally, after a few weeks. I'm good. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing good, man. I'm going to have to go through and reset all those music things. They're all no longer attached to what they should be. Right.
Finally, some good news today after a few weeks, and at least something to enjoy. I had less expectations from this game, but the boy played well, so the credit is due where it's deserved.
Yeah. What were your thoughts on the game as a whole, though? Like on how you thought we played, first half, second half, compared to what we've been doing.
I think the first half itself was a bit sloppy. I didn't like the game in the beginning, the way we were losing the balls. But towards the end, when Kane finished that game, I think since then we had a bit more control over the game. And then in the second half, I was expecting that we will concede a goal, but somehow the defense was relatively better against the likes of players like Mitrovic, Andres Pereira. I mean, we kept them quite well, so it is a positive thing to see. And yeah, a big credit to the away fans as well. They were really vocal about getting out Levy and all that. So a lot of positives to see from the away game today.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. But let's bring in the next guest we've got on the night. I don't think it's first time caller show, but we're glad to have him on. Dan Davenport is in the house. What's going on, Dan? How are you doing tonight? And what were your thoughts on the game, my man?
I thought the game was pretty average, really.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But what are your thoughts in general, though? Like, what do you think of the first half, how we performed, how we came out?
I thought we played a lot better than when we have been playing.
Yeah. The first half for me was kind of iffy. There were some good spots and there were some bad spots and stuff like that. Second half for me was a little bit boring. I've heard some people say, like I heard Terry Flewers over there on the football terrace mention that if it was his team and how he would want us to play football, we should have come out and attacked harder and opened up and da-da-da-da. But I can't say that it's not a good point, but also too, I don't know if that's necessarily the way that Conte plays, right? So
I'm a bit concerned about Paratici's position at Tottenham. He should be sacked, really, after what's been going on with Juventus.
You think so? I mean, he was at the game today. I don't know if people saw it, but they saw him on the TV. All that good stuff. Did you see him on the TV? Did you watch the game on TV tonight?
I was watching the watch along with David Harris and Little Jack.
Okay. But on TV, they actually showed pictures of, Paratici sitting in the stand or whatever. So he's in England. He's not disappeared. And just a tip to the moderators, if you see people in the comments making rude comments about the guest, please take care of them. 'Cause that's not nice. We don't do that. Everybody's welcome on the THFC Rant show. So if you want to make sure you have your say, go ahead and click the link. Come on in. But going over the game for a little bit here. In the first half, we had probably, I want to say, I think they started out the game with kind of a little bit more of possession, but we kind of grew into the game. Do you think that tonight, like after the City game where we had came out and pressed real hard, did you think it was a step backwards, either of you, or did you think that you kind of saw positive things in the first half?
Tiny steps forward.
Plenty of steps forward. What about you, Elias? We can't hear you, mate. You're muted.
Yeah, so it was a pretty positive game. So I think there were certain steps forward, because rather than playing all attacking or all defensive, we were kind of playing a very controlled game where we were really making some good decisions. So the players were a bit more calm, I'll say. Even players like Emerson who make some silly mistakes, players like Dyer, some of them, they were really making some good passes and they were controlling the ball really well. So that was a positive thing. And I think that's something that we have been missing lately, because if we attack all out and we leave the space behind. And if we defend, we lack creativity. So somehow there was a bit of both there last night.
Yeah. What about the second half, though? I mean, were you happy with the fact that we sat back and kind of stunk out a win, or would you have rather see us come out on the front foot and get more goals to finish them off?
I would have loved to see a bit one or two more goals to just inject a bit of creativity, but I'd rather that we win the game than making silly mistakes and conceding one goal and take a draw or a loss. So that's a positive, that at least we managed to pull it through till the end. So it's not enough. It's not enough because that's not what Tottenham fans are used to. So it's clearly not as good as what we want, but I'll take it just for the sake of a win that we had.
And what about you, Dan? What did you think about the second half? Would you have liked to see us kill the game off, or were you happy with the fact that we kind of sat back and just and managed the game well?
I think we should have had. They should have added more goals, but a win is a win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can hear what you're saying. And we've got Dan here. Says Tottenham and Sporting will hold a new round of talks for Porro today. Tottenham are offering 37 million euro fixed fee plus add-ons, discussing about one player to be included as a part of the deal. Romano. That would be good. I mean, Pedro Porro would be a good player for us, I think. I think he's going to be a little bit more of a Conte style of player. Before we get into transfers talk and stuff like that, well, Dan, according to the reports today, they're willing to take 30 million pound, which is close to 37 million euro, right? So I think we're meeting it. And if we get them for less, that's great. If we don't, it is what it is. And Mark wants to know, Dan, if you're still in your suit. And I think he does. Not you, Dan Davenport, but Dan THFC wore a suit today earlier on his stream. I don't know if people that look at sharp, blue tie, blue power suit. All that good stuff. But I want to kind of Huh?
What's the occasion, man?
I don't know what the occasion is. I couldn't tell you what the occasion is.
Are you getting married then?
I think he just wanted to look fancy for his show, man. That's what it is. I think he just wanted to look fancy. But we've got, there's some things I want to show you guys here a little bit. I'm going to share my screen here for a second. What is that? I say took it off unless you want me to put it back on. Go put it back on, Dan. And all that good stuff. But we've got, let's add this to the stream here. Badoom. So this is kind of the two men of the match as far as the statistical men of the match. We've got, this is what I call it a threat matrix or whatever, but it's basically just kind of a graph that shows possession. It shows, each one of these little bars is a minute. You can see in the first 5 minutes, it was pretty even. There was, we lost Dan. It was pretty even. We had, not a whole lot going on. And then they kind of around the 10th minute kind of got into the game. We brought it back a little bit around the 15th. And then from really about 20 minutes till, that big deep blue section there. They kind of had it, and that's where that's where they were giving us the hard troubles for, like around this area here. Now that you can see my mouse, the section here, they were really putting the pressure on us, and we had a hard time dealing with them. Then we kind of gained control again. They got a little bit more, and then this is where we scored the goal, right? So shows you where we scored the goal there. In the second half too, they kind of came out more on the front foot. We kind of pulled it in. Then they had a little bit of a run again, another 10-minute run where they kind of put us under pressure, and then we had a few things, and then it was the end of the game was where it was. So yeah, Adam Phillips says perfect ad for a Spurs fan there. I guess, man, they know what they're talking about here.
That's a good one.
They know exactly what to do. Going down to some of the player ratings here, we've got this is what SofaScore rated the Fulham guys. And I thought Anthony Robinson today, being an American myself, a little bit biased, but I thought he played a really good game today.
Yeah, he did.
Gave us a lot of problems down that left-hand side. Boy, I'd take him over Sess in a heartbeat right now, though. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh, definitely.
Anthony Robinson would be really good. I'd take Serginho Dest, too. We should have got Serginho Dest. We could have Serginho Dest and or Emerson were both at Barcelona at the exact same time, and we got the wrong We got the wrong left back from Barcelona back then.
Oh, right back, is it?
Or right back, yeah, sorry. And then moving down here on the day-to-day, look, nobody really in the front three had an amazing performance. Obviously Harry Kane's goal from the first half was like one spark. I think he missed another opportunity too. He had a header opportunity that was kind of saved. Son Heung-min was, another slow performance from him today. He didn't get on the ball, but he did get an assist. Maybe probably in some people's mind should have gotten a red card for that challenge. In the first half, I guess it was. Was it the first half or the second half? Can't remember.
Second half, I think.
Yeah, beginning of the second half, maybe.
Yep.
But yeah, for me, he got an assist today. Like I said, I thought it was a good assist. Found Kane there quick. Kane did, had to beat a guy too, but that happens. Kulusevski for me, a little bit shaky, man. Kind of non-existent, if you really want to ask me. I mean, he had some good things there. Had quite a few touches, 53. But look, his passing accuracy was pretty low, and not a whole lot much going on for him.
Only one key pass. That's a bit tough.
Yeah, only one pass that led to a shot. He wasn't bad, but he wasn't, good either.
His usual good creative self, right?
Yeah. We got another guest that we need to bring into the show though here. We'll pass this music on for him. The Canadian pass along. Scott M's in the house. Big up, man. What are you doing?
Hey, man.
How's it going, Elias? Good to see you. Did Dan
Good
leave?
to see you, Scott.
Yeah, Dan, I guess he bounced off. I don't know if you had computer programs or not. Dan, if you want to come back on, you're welcome to come back on. Yeah. What were your thoughts on the game before we finish doing the player introductions here?
I mean, I said boring, right? When you were typing it in, when you were starting the show. And honestly, though, we kind of needed probably a boring game like that because the last couple of times we've seen some of the exciting games. Like the City game was exciting. You might not have liked the result, but you can't deny it wasn't exciting. So I'll take that boring result. And it's been a while. Maybe I'm forgetting it, where we kind of saw a game out like that. That was a little bit close. Like, when we beat Palace, we kind of put them away, but I didn't expect us to be able to hold on to that 1-0 lead. I thought for sure we were going to have to. I said we probably needed to score 2 more goals in the second half to win, but we held on. I don't know if Fulham played that well in the second half. I'd been told a lot by people how great Fulham is being managed, how great a manager Marco Silva was. I don't know if he really showed much that second half. They didn't show like they had any clue of what to do against us, right? They early on, they had that one chance, I think, from Mitrovic, was it, right in front of the net? They had a couple of chances early on where they had.
Yeah, I think they had a few chances to goal. They had one big chance missed in the first half. I know that.
Yeah, early on, they were able to get those crosses in because, as usual, our defense were giving them way too much space, right? Our defenders were backing off, so scared to get right up on them. But other than that, that was it. Like the second half, I don't. You'll have the stats to see. I don't remember a real dangerous chance that they had. A couple of maybe. You get worried because anytime somebody gets close with our defenders, but
yeah. So these are. I mean, we'll go over the stats for the first half and all that stuff. But yeah, they had one big chance there for that in the second half. I don't think there was any. Yeah, there's none for them. We had one, which I think is that Kane had her. Oh, that's Fulham. Yeah, Harry Kane in the 57th minute with the little header there. But we got another guest in the back. We'll bring him in real quick. Dan the man, trying to give Terry 1-4 on the football terrace. Big up, Dan.
Trying to give Terry what?
Where's your suit?
What for?
What for?
Yeah, you were arguing with him.
Oh.
About, you guys were debating Harry Kane, whether he's a legend or not.
Yeah.
You don't remember?
Yeah, obviously I remember.
Act like you don't. But yeah, no. But yeah, that was the only shot, I think, big chance that we had in the second half.
I can't find the suit. I can't find the suit.
Can't find the suit. What? How do you lose a suit, Dan?
Yeah.
I don't know. I was trying to find it to put it on.
Huh?
Trying to find it to put it on. I can't find it. I think I might have left it downstairs. I don't know.
Wow, you left your suit downstairs. Shouldn't it be hanging up in your closet, bro? Like, suits are expensive to just take off and just throw it on the ground.
No, I didn't leave it on the ground. I just have them like hanged up on the door downstairs.
Door downstairs. Okay.
Yeah. But kind of going over the players here, and what we've got going on with that. We got, Harry Kane obviously had the goal today.
So by that,
No,
go on.
Looking at his heat map here, he's kind of all over the place a little bit.
Yep.
Expected goals, he had the 2 shots on target, the goal obviously, and then the header. A couple shots off target and had a couple shots blocked. 1 for 4 on dribbles, but we know Harry Kane's not a big dribbler. Big chance missed was obviously the header. I was a little bit disappointed that he was right at the goalkeeper. I think he should have done a little bit better. He had time, I thought. And then you have touch-wise, though, only touched the ball 36 times. Again, not getting the ball to Harry Kane very often today. Ground duels. He looked a little bit shaky, gave the ball away a couple of times in his hold-up play. But overall, not great, but not bad. It was a decent performance, Harry Kane. The goal was a beautiful goal, I thought. But
I agree.
I know you guys are a recent Tottenham fans, so maybe you don't have like a legend for say to be your favorite Tottenham player. But would you say that he's the greatest Tottenham player of all time?
no, I don't think he's the greatest Tottenham player.
Really, yeah.
Who would you say was number 1 then?
Gazza's probably,
Glenn Hoddle.
Gascoigne, Hoddle. When you're talking about actual footballers, I think there are better footballers out there. Is he the greatest goal scorer for Tottenham of all time? Yeah, probably.
Yep. Agree.
So, I mean, he scored those goals, right?
Because for me, I've only seen YouTube videos of them. Obviously, I wasn't alive back then. So
the pace of the game was different back then than it is now, so it doesn't look the same.
And the ball used to be heavy.
Yeah. To be fair, Kane doesn't have too much pace, but his ability is based off of his ability to finish.
Yeah.
And to find spaces. But yeah, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, like for me, the whole you have to win a trophy to be a legend argument, I think, is silly.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's what I was debating.
Yeah, a bit silly to an extent.
I understand it, right? Like, the clutch, but I think you can be a legend and not be a clutch player because there are legends that are clutch players, right? Like, if you want to talk about clutch, Ronaldo is far more of a clutch player than Lionel Messi is. Gareth Bale is more of a clutch player than Lionel Messi is. Zlatan Ibrahimovic is more of a clutch player than Lionel Messi is. So I don't like that clutch.
Bale is more clutch than Messi.
Yeah. Have you seen the goals that Bale has scored in finals? To winning in finals.
Messi scored 2 goals in the World Cup final.
Is there more clutch goal than Gareth Bale in the Champions League final?
That Champions League final, yeah, that's one Champions League final. I'm trying to still go.
Right, and name a goal Messi's done like that in a final.
The header against Man United, the first time Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi faced Barcelona versus Man United, where he leaped up and headed it into the back of the net in the Champions League final.
Not really to an extent of that Bale goal.
Was that a winning goal though?
Yeah, it was 1-0. I think the game was.
Maybe, I don't know.
And then the World Cup final,
World Cup final is 2 goals. Yeah, those are goals. Yes, but they weren't like in the run of play the goal that sealed the deal, right? Like even you could even say that even Real Madrid last season, right? Like Karim Benzema's, winning goal. Those are clutch. That's a clutch goal. That's what I mean by clutch, right? It's that if we were doing American sports, it would be that buzzer beating 3-pointer to win the NBA final, right? That's a clutch moment, right? You see what I'm saying? Like Messi's great. Yeah. Messi performs in finals, right? And he, to be honest with you, he's had that argument posted against him as well, that he hasn't been the greatest clutch player, right? But for me, I think Gareth Bale's been more of a clutch player. You look at the Euros, with Wales, some of the goals there. I think Bale's been far more clutch in finals than Messi has. If you really want me to be honest,
the trophy argument's tough, especially at a club like Tottenham, right? And the thing I'll always go to, let's say this: if Kane went to City next year, sat on their bench, never played a minute, and won for the next 5 years, won 5 Premier League titles. Now he has 5 titles. Is he a better player just because he's won those titles? Like maybe if you're saying if you're at Real Madrid and you win nothing, maybe then you can start talking about a lack of trophies.
Scott, wait, listen.
Like what trophy should he have won since he's been here?
Well, he could have made the problem with Kane is not that he hasn't won the trophies. Is that when he was in the position to shine in a final, he didn't shine. Look at the Champions League final. Look at the.
So is Lucas Moura a better player than? So is Lucas Moura a better player than Harry Kane?
No.
Hat trick in Ajax, clutch. Right, that's clutch.
One clutch moment. That's one clutch down. Moment. That's one.
Right, but he carried the team on their back to the final. Right, Heung-min Son against Man City in the quarterfinal, right? Or you got Llorente's ass in the quarterfinal, right? Like those were clutch.
But Will, listen. The thing about it is that it can't just be based on, all right, you had one clutch moment, so that means you're a better player than this one. It adds on to the argument. You know what I mean? So let's see Cristiano Ronaldo. He's technically unreal. Headering is fantastic. His physical ability is phenomenal. But also his clutch. It adds on to it. It doesn't just, all right, so you're clutch, but you can't do anything else. But in big moments, you had one really good game in the Champions League semi-final and scored 3 goals. So that means you're better than the all-time English top goal scorer. No, it adds on to it. And Harry Kane does not have that to add on to. However,
I do agree. He's now if you were saying he's the greatest legend of all time, like you have to compare him, like he has to be better than Thierry Henry, or he has to be better than Drogba, or he has to be better than. I'm not saying he's better than those players, right? Because, for example, Drogba is far more of a clutch player than Thierry Henry, right?
Well,
even Robbie from AFTV admitted that when he was having a debate with Rory Jennings from Chelsea on Drogba being more of a clutch player.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, Drogba's way more of a clutch player. Thierry Henry in finals compared to Drogba in finals was phenomenal.
Right. So, but does that mean that Drogba's a better player than Thierry Henry? No. Right?
No, because Thierry Henry also has the quality, and he has a lot more quality than Drogba. It adds on to Drogba's case, but it doesn't only revolve around that. You get what I'm trying to say? But on Scott's case, that you can't just sit on the bench. For me, it's not about, he was on the squad that won this cup. No, he made a difference to win this cup. That's what I care about. And what makes me so mad when it comes to the player comparisons and bringing up trophies is when people bring up trophies in player comparisons that they barely did anything in. It should be he was clutch in the final. He took them all the way to win this cup. Or else don't bring up the trophies and arguments.
Right,
Do not bring the trophies and arguments.
But see, I don't think you should be comparing players at all, right? Because Thierry Henry can be a legend and so can Harry Kane. Right?
Yep.
It's not one or the other. Right.
Yeah, but more of a legend.
For me, right. But for me, what I'm saying is, hear me out. Right. Winning 3 gold golden boots in the Premier League, winning. If he becomes the Premier League's all-time goal scorer, he has to be a Premier League legend, right? You can't have and name me a single other sport where you're the all-time scorer and you're not a legend.
Yeah, 100%. But what I'm saying is it adds on to his case.
Okay, so trophy or not,
that he's more
if
of a
Kane
legend.
gets all-time goal scoring, he's a Premier League legend. He is.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you, Will. I'm saying for me, it's football legend, where you have to take that into context. You get what I'm saying? Like the European global stars, that's when you start bringing the clutchness into context. But yeah, 100%. If he becomes the top Premier League all-time goal scorer, he has to be a legend. 100%. Alan Shearer, yeah, he won one Premier League, but other than that, he didn't win anything. Top all-time Premier League goal scorer, and he's considered a legend. So I 100% agree with you. And I think right now he's definitely an English legend already, because either he's not yet, but he's about to be.
Right, but I mean, Terry doesn't even consider him a Premier League legend.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, but he hasn't broken the record yet.
No, he hasn't.
Saying,
He will.
When he might.
He's like 35 goals out. Like all he has to do is play for like maybe 2 more years, and he's.
Well, you never know. These things are so unpredictable. He could get a major injury, and that's it for the rest of his career.
But he has like 3 golden boots. He has the golden boot and the
World Cup.
assist if they have it in the same year. Like, are we saying if he only scores 20 more goals in the Premier League that he's not a legend? Like, to me, that's kind of crazy that he has to break the record. If he's second,
the status of the record. But look,
I think with no trophies from club wise, right? Is he a Tottenham legend? Absolutely, because he's already tied the record for the most goal scorer for the club, right?
One second though. Big up all of you guys. This midweek streams are pretty difficult for me because I've got school like at 6:45 in the morning, so I can only come on for like 20 minutes. But big up Will, big up everybody in the chat. I'll see you guys next time. Come on, Spurs.
Big up Dan.
Levy out. Enoch out.
Big up Dan.
Big up Dan. Have a good night rest.
Go to school, Dan. It's the beginning of the week. It's not midweek, but but no, I think that I don't think Terry is just clickbaiting, because it was a serious conversation that they're having, and I think he seriously believes this. It's not clickbait. And my argument that I would propose, because he said, name me another league where you can be a legend and not win a trophy,
there are so many sports that,
or name him another legend who hasn't won a trophy, right? And that has to do with I don't think when you're breaking records, when you're a record holder, you're a legend. Simple as. I don't care what record it is. Right? If you're a record holder, now if it's like record for the most yellow cards or something like that would be silly, right? But if you're like an accomplishment type of a record, I think that you got to be a legend. If you're this all-time assist holder, you're a legend.
Yep.
A single season record, maybe not, right?
No.
But I'm talking like all-time Premier League assister. You're a legend. Premier League all-time goal scorer. You're a legend, right? You are. I'm sorry, you are. Right? The best league in the world. You top that, you're a legend. Right? Guarantee 100% FIFA makes Harry Kane a legend.
That's why
Since
we're not
Scott.
looking like we're doing anything, let him go. Go to another club and win it, so we don't have to hear the silly argument, and we can just put it to bed. I would have loved for him to win it with us, but I don't know. Levy doesn't look like he's doing it, so.
I mean, really though, like, do we want to look at the stats of the two and see who had more assists and who had more what and who had more this and who had more that? Like, I just don't think people are being fair to Harry Kane. You know what I mean? Records, look, records are there until they're broken, right? But you're still a legend for holding it. How long did Shearer's record stand? Right? How long did the record before Shearer stand? Right? It's like look at the home run record in baseball, right? Until Mark McGwire got juiced up and beat it, right? Like, you know what I mean? those records matter. That's what makes you a legend, right?
I don't like. I see a lot of comparisons in the chat to the NBA. Like NBA is 5 guys on the court. That's a totally different sport. Like if people want to start listing all these footballers who win trophies all by themselves, I'd love to see it. But you go back and look at the teams that are winning. There's no team that's winning where it's one player and nobody else, right? Like basketball is completely different. I agree. If you're in basketball in the NBA and you don't win, you can talk about not because one player can have that much of an impact. But I just think it's great. Like, do we really think that if Kane went to Real Madrid instead of Benzema, that Real Madrid wouldn't win anything with Kane there? Like, it's just that's why I don't like the trophy argument. It's not like there's no trophy where we've been in a final and been the better team. Not once have we been the better team in a final. So now we're going to start to blame Kane when we are in the finals. 2 of those finals he's been injured in, right? Now that's why you look at the context around it. But again, hopefully he'll win one so we can just put it to bed because it's kind of a silly argument at times, I think.
Yeah, maybe we'll win the FA Cup this year if we get a good run. You know?
There we go.
Yeah, we might.
But yeah, I mean, for me, it's look, I don't care what sport it is, right? Dan Marino never won nothing, and is he an NFL legend? He absolutely is, right? So, and that's why Terry, when he makes his arguments, has to limit it to football, because if you go to other sports, there's plenty of other sports that have legends that never won anything, right? So
yeah, I mean, it depends on the sports because certain sports they have like tournaments every week. If you look at tennis, you look at sports like badminton, they have a tournament every week and there are different levels of tournaments. So if you haven't won like one of those big ones, I think you're not considered a legend in some of them because you have tournaments every week. But whereas in football world, you only play like 4 tournaments a year, so you only have 4 chances to win a trophy. So I guess it's a little unfair comparison compared to that.
yeah, like I mean, if it was an individual sport like golf or something like that, I could say that. Yeah, if you've never won a major tournament, then you can't be a legend.
Then you're
right?
not a legend. Yeah.
But I mean, that's an individual sport. It's not a team sport, right?
Yep.
You know, and even if you say you had the record for the most hole-in-ones, I wouldn't even really call you a legend if you never won a Masters or a major tournament, right? But, you know, I don't know. Like, because I mean, look at Pele, right? The only tournament he ever won was the World Cup. Never played in Europe. Never won a Champions League. Never won anything, right? So,
but he's a legend.
He's a legend, right?
And
Now they'll say he won the World Cup, so.
Just to be clear, if the 3 guys who missed their penalties for England had scored and he won the Euros,
I guess he played Serie A.
Is he a legend if those 3 players scored their penalties for England and he wins the Euros, right? That makes him a legend. What 3 other players do in the game, like that's why sometimes it gets a little silly to me because if England scores their penalty, he scored his penalty, right? If those guys score it, now something that somebody else does somehow makes Kane a legend. I don't know, but
yes and
no.
no.
People focused on the winning and stuff like that, right? So
in a way, yes and no. I mean, like you just look at Italy, for instance, the other side. I mean, if you were to look at on the other side of the argument as well, can any of the Italian players in that squad be considered a legend who won the Euros? I don't think so.
Not yet, anyway.
Yeah, not yet.
maybe like I don't know. I think defenders have a hard time. Cellini is probably close because he's won quite a bit, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if you'd say a legend, but he's probably
defensively. He's a defensive legend.
He's one of the top
Cellini's.
center backs of his
maybe.
generation. So
Some of the defenders, center backs, yeah, for sure. But
Or maybe Jorginho in future, perhaps. Who knows?
I mean, he's not even Italian, right? So,
Yeah.
going back on the game today, kind of starting off with Harry Kane. Like I said, I thought it was a good performance. You know, not spectacular, but don't you love it when the page refreshes and jacks up your thing? Kind of looking at, you know, he had that one goal, shot wise, you know, pretty decent. Didn't really get on the ball a whole lot. Passing, I think, for him today was better. Ground duels, aerial duels were fine. Possession, normal. Lost the ball about normal. Defensively, didn't really do anything. He was really high today. Like I don't think I saw him when the ball was in our half. I don't think I saw him on TV like once. When the ball was in our attacking third. Again, Kulusevski, he had a bunch of touches, but I didn't think he did a whole lot with them.
Nope.
He had one shot block, a couple dribbles, only one key pass. Some ground duels, no aerial duels. Gave the ball away a lot, but to be fair, he was under a lot of pressure.
Yeah, he was.
He seemed to be back. I don't know if you have that heat map there. He seemed to be back helping Emerson out a lot.
Yeah, I mean, you can see the heat map here in the defensive edge of it. But to be honest with you, Son was doing the same thing too. And then coming on to Son here, didn't really get on the ball a lot. Only had 34 touches. Didn't have any shots. I think it's the first time in a long time he didn't even take a shot. Didn't have one blocked. Didn't have one off target. Nothing. Just didn't even take one. Only had 34 touches. His passing, only 4 of them went astray out of 18. Didn't really make a lot of passes. Had the one key pass, obviously. Ground duels defensively, he was okay. Didn't give the ball away a whole lot today. Got fouled a bunch. Defensively was the better of the 3 up front. I think he did more work in the defensive side of things than the other 2 did. But yeah, I mean, just an average performance for Son, 6.6. That's average. It starts out at 6.5. Just didn't do a lot.
If you don't mind, can I comment on one of the comments in the chat?
As long as it's not Harry Jackson.
It's not Harry Jackson. It's
Okay.
Paul Arson. Tonight Dyer was solid. I think I won't say that he was solid. He was just okay because he had some sloppy moments in the first half as well. There was one where he conceded a corner again, which was not necessarily a corner that you have to concede. So I think the defense itself was just okay. I won't say they were really poor. In the same way, Dyer itself, I'm talking about tonight as well. I can't call that performance a solid performance. It was just a decent performance, you can say. Solid is like you see a very good performance, then maybe you can say that, because defensively they were okay, but they're also supposed to help in some of the attack and build up play. I didn't see that from the defense.
Yeah, I mean, and then Ali Gold gave Perisic a 5 today. I didn't think he was bad today. I don't. Maybe passing wise, it wasn't the greatest. Was on the ball quite a bit. His passing
a bit
was
slow to me though.
He's slow. He's old. He's 33.
Yeah.
He's
relatively
never
he was
been
slower
fast.
than some of his. Relatively, he was slower than some of his previous games. The way he was going forward, it was obvious compared to some other games I've seen him play. He was much slower in the first half itself.
Yeah, but he's going against Anthony Robinson, right? And Anthony Robinson's super fast.
Yeah. Is he against Robinson?
No, Robinson was on the other side.
Robinson is on the other side. What's
who's
the
he?
other?
Tete. Is that how you say his name?
Tete, yeah.
Yeah. But
he looked to me like he kind of normally does, I think.
Yeah, I didn't think Perisic was great. I didn't think he was bad. Defensively, there was a couple times when he got back and broke up some plays in the box. He had 3 clearances, a couple tackles, one interception. His ground duels were 50%, aerial duels, 66%. Yeah, for me, this is really the only place where you could say that he was bad today, was in his passing for me. But which I did notice that he was giving the ball away and some passes quite a bit. Bentancur today I thought looked shaky. I
think he's still taking his time to adjust in.
I thought he was good early on, but then kind of fell off. I don't know. Maybe that's just.
Well, there were 1 or 2 good passes that he made, but I think it was just that.
I think he gave the ball away a lot, though, 16 times. Yeah. That's a lot for a defensive midfielder. He did get fouled a lot. Both him and Højbjerg and Son, to be fair, were getting hacked. Kulusevski got hacked a good couple of times.
Yeah.
And how bad was Paul Tierney today, man? That guy needs to stop being
dear, yeah, he should.
He's the worst. Because Bentancur is usually up in the 90s as far as his passing is concerned, down a little bit lower in the 80s today. He's on the ball a lot, man, but just couldn't really make anything work, especially in the first half. Average for me there. Højbjerg again. It's a super high score statistically. He's kind of all over the pitch today, and the reason why he gets a lot of high scores is because he's just on the ball a lot. 81 touches, right? And that shows you how bad we were of getting the ball to the front three when both Bentancur and Højbjerg have, I can't remember what Bentancur had. Was like 50-something, 60-something touches?
Around there just now, I think we're looking
75. At 75 touches. Højbjerg has 81 touches, and Kane, Son, and Kulu combined barely have as much as one of them. Højbjerg today, I thought he was decent. He didn't give the ball away a whole lot. 10 out of 80 something plus touches is really good. There's a couple of times where I thought he made some dumb passes.
In the first half, yes.
Yeah, so he had 10 passes go astray. But I thought he was solid in the second half. Defensively, again, he was kind of a big player there. With Emerson Royale.
Sorry, Scott.
I was just going to say that shows, I think, the difference between, as we talk about the eye test and the stats, because I thought Højbjerg was awful today.
You always think Højbjerg's awful. It wouldn't matter what would happen.
Remember, he gets that ball. He makes a good play to cut the ball off, runs in and crosses it right to a defender. Like, maybe that's why is it for me when I see him make those terrible passes. I don't know if SofaScore rates you on how bad your pass is versus, or if just a missed.
No, just missed or not missed, right? It could just, yeah.
Because there's some passes he makes that are so bad.
Yeah, they could be like, it doesn't. SofaScore doesn't measure the stupidity of it, right? Let's put it that way. It just measures the mistake.
One way of putting it.
And so Emerson Royale for me today, I thought he was okay. He was good. He wasn't great. I mean, for a 6.9 for Emerson is a high score for Emerson, right? I think what's his average? Let's just look real quick at his average. 6.85. Yeah, so a better performance than he normally has, right? So better than he normally is.
Than I normally find of him. I can't remember even any. Usually he does some really dumb or frustrating thing, but I thought today wasn't like a superstar. But I think he was, well, to use the word in the chat, he was solid. I thought he did a good job of what we can expect out of him. So
he was a bit more calm, I'll say. So he was not making those silly mistakes, or the way he moves around, or the way he collects his passes. So that's one of his liabilities. But he looked a bit more calm on and off the ball both. That was a good one to see in him.
Yeah. And then for me, I think, ground duels wise, defensively, I thought he did okay. Quite a few clearances. I thought on that right-hand side of the box there was a couple of times when he had a few good blocks, a few good clearances, made a couple good tackles and stuff like that. But yeah, he did get drilled past quite a bit. But like I said, Robinson had a really good game today.
Yeah,
and was a tough cookie. Then goes into the backline defenders. Christian Romero
with a yellow again.
Yeah, I think he could have probably even gotten 2 yellows in that game. I don't think it was a red, right? Because the boot never hit Mitrovic in the face. He was kind of faking it, right? Just kind of brushed up against the outside of his chest, but still going studs out that high. You're just asking for somebody to
book you.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I said Emerson didn't have the stupid play, that was just such a needless play from Romero.
Yeah, he could have gotten. To be honest with you, could have gotten called for the tackle right before that, right? Even though it was clean, right? When you come in scissoring people,
especially if the ref is Paul Tierney.
Exactly. There's a couple of challenges I thought that on Romero that he was lucky to have not gotten a yellow for. And getting sent off.
He lost quite a bit of possession for a defender compared to 15.
I don't know if they 15 times. That's not that is a bit high, but he was driving up pretty high up the pitch. Like if you notice on the heat map here, he was getting up high quite a bit, and then high up too in the center part of the pitch. Well, to be honest with you, we kept the game there for the most part, but aerially he was good. On the ground, I thought he was good. He fouled 3 times.
Was fouled once.
He made some stupid passes today too, if I remember correctly. Correct me if I'm wrong, but there's a couple times when he gave the ball away.
What's his average for accuracy of passes? Is it the way to look at it?
Average
for accuracy of passes, yeah.
It's higher than 70%. I know that. Passing 87-ish.
Yeah, so
it's normal.
Relatively lower, yeah.
So 70% was bad for.
Yeah, I thought he was our worst defender today.
Yeah. Eric Dyer, I didn't think he was magnificent. He didn't really make any mistakes that stood out for me. He always gets a ton of touches and stuff like that, and he always makes a lot of passes because he's kind of that center point. So he's that sweeper, right? So
what do you think about the corner that he conceded in the first half?
I think that's what you're going to get out of him because he's he somewhat panics on the ball and makes those. He doesn't have the confidence to, and he might almost. I don't want to say prefer him to do it, but I don't necessarily want him to try to stop it and play that ball because he's gonna mess that up too. So, but yeah, it was typical Dyer.
Yeah, but I mean, nothing amazing. I mean, he did have a lot of aerial clearances, a lot of headers out, but I mean, because they were whipping balls in and stuff like that. But it's not like he had to work hard for them. They were pretty much right at him. But I think a decent game for Dyer. No complaints for me. Ben Davies, again, there were some shaky moments, 1 or 2 dumb mistakes. But on a whole, not a horrible performance out of him. Not a great performance either. Did he contribute to the transition at all?
Not much.
I can't think of.
I mean, he's got a key pass here, but I don't know which one that was for.
That left side was relatively bad, I think today.
Well, I mean, the left side was just quiet. I don't think it was bad. There's a difference between being bad and quiet. Like people said, Son was bad today. I don't think he was bad. He just didn't do anything.
Oh, you can say get on the ball. They lack quality, perhaps.
He didn't even shoot. What quality did he lack? He touched the ball 30 times, and in those 30 times, he got an assist.
No, I'm talking about the left side as in whole.
No, it's not a lack of quality. It's just the ball didn't. They weren't. Sure. Fulham wasn't attacking down that way, and we weren't building up that way. You actually have to do something bad to do bad, I think. Not being involved isn't necessarily bad for me, right? Because it usually means it's not your fault. Hugo apparently had a really good game today. I didn't think it was amazing. I don't get the 8.1. I guess he had 5 saves, but were there any saves in there that were like, man, great save? Like they were pretty much run of the mill saves.
I think there was one in the first half. I remember it was but it was coming out from quite a far off place. So
but I don't think Fulham's.
I mean, he did well on the one. I think it was Mitrovic shot, but he did shoot it right at him. Other than that, he had the one I think that was going out anyways. But I mean, better to be safe at that stage.
I mean, here's all Fulham shot on targets, right? That one was the one that was right at him, right, from Reed. And then you had Williams' shot here that he saved. And you had Solomon.
Yeah.
And you had Reed and Pereira. Those were outside the box.
Yeah, I think I'm talking
easy
about
saves.
the Pereira shot.
That Solomon shot was the one that was going wide, though, right? Is that? Do they show that if he? I think that one was
the Solomon one's
wide,
the one that went wide.
But he tapped it anyways, which is
But
fine.
I mean, look at the XG on these goals, though. I mean, they're like what 4%, 3%, 3%, 2%. I mean, even this one here from Reed, the header that was right at him, only 1.15. So I mean,
that
no
one.
spectacular.
What was the Mitrovic one? Just was it the one just in front of that? There,
the one that was over the bar or whatever.
Right there. What was that, Polina? Oh, that one. Or I don't know. Maybe it was. There was one in the first half where they right at the beginning where they kicked it right at him, but it's not a big deal. I think for Hugo, what I'll say is after everybody's been worried about all his big errors, he didn't have a big error, so I'll give him credit for that. But
yeah, but I didn't think he was really tested today.
No, that's what I said. I don't. How do you judge it? Right? He didn't do anything wrong. He didn't do anything great. Like that's.
I mean, I guess you could say there were opportunities for him to make a mistake, and he didn't. Is that? I think that's fair, right? There were a few opportunities where he could have made a mistake,
but
yet he didn't. So, but yeah, I mean that's really kind of it for me. Like as far as looking at stats here, I mean, you know, I haven't heard any silly narratives on YouTube today. Although to be honest with you, I didn't watch a whole lot of streams on it. Yeah, if you're a front player, and you never see the ball, it's not really your fault. If you're an attacker in the front three and you don't get a ball a lot, it's really not your fault, right? You don't start transitions, right? You can't make chances appear out of nothing. If you're not getting service from your midfield, right? Because you can't say Højbjerg and Bentancur didn't have opportunities to get the ball to Son and Kane when they had over 80 touches apiece, right?
Yep.
75 and 81, right? 75 touches for Bentancur and 81 touches for Højbjerg. You're telling me that they can only find Son and Kane 30 times apiece, right? So I mean, if they can't make the turn to make the pass, it's not Son's fault he didn't get on the ball, right? If he's playing higher up the pitch. Yeah, I agree, Adam. I think every shot was pretty much right at him. So, yeah, and then just kind of looking at the overall, you know, stats. I think Fulham had more possession overall. You know, we had more in the first half. They had more in the second half. But to be honest with you, we just kind of sat back and just tried to
defend that.
You know, defend the 1-goal lead. And then, you know, total shots. All together, you know, we had 10, they had 10. They had 5 on target, but like I said, they were all, you know, pretty nothing burger chances. Whereas ours, we look at our shots in the game here. Obviously, you have, you know, the amazing goal from Harry Kane. This one here for me, I thought Harry had needed to put that one away, dude. Like he wasn't. I don't know if people will remember. And I wish I could show the actual replay of it, but he was pretty much unmarked, dude. And all he had to do was put it one way or the other, and it was going in.
Was that the one where he put it just to the right side of the net? Is that he kind of?
That was like he just headed it right at the keeper.
Oh, the header, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, Diop and Ream are not the best of the center backs as well, so it was a fairly easy game, I think, for him as well.
Yeah, because the only other shot besides the goal on target was from Emerson, which was a nothing burger shot. So, to be honest with you, only 2 shots on target the whole game that really meant anything were Kane's. That was it. So it was a really quiet game from us offensively. Right? Kulusevski didn't take any shots. I mean, he took a shot, but it got blocked. Right? No shots
that was not involved.
No shots that got anywhere near, you know, the goal. Kane had 1, 2, 3, 4 shots. Right? Kulu had 1 shot that got blocked. Other than that, neither Kulu nor Son took a shot. Charleston didn't take a shot. Well, that doesn't surprise me a whole lot, but it might surprise Harry Jackson.
Yeah,
Well, I
it was
think-
a low event game. There wasn't a lot, and we didn't have to. That was the thing. I mean, I don't think Fulham in the second half really threatened us, really did much to make us worried. And as we've seen this year, we don't have the players in the midfield and backline to really push that ball up the pitch to get it to the attackers. So
Yeah. But
So the league table, we are now 5th.
yeah, we're sitting at 36 points, 21 games in. The only team really a threat right now
Is Brighton.
is Brighton.
They have 2
So
games in
our
hand.
5th place spot is secure for at least 2 weeks, even if we lose to City. You know what I mean? So
But the
unless
thing
Brighton
is,
has a
we
double game week, does Brighton have a double game week next
I
game
think
week?
they do, because they are not playing in FA Cup, or are they? Let me check.
Let me see.
yeah, they're playing in the FA Cup. They're playing Liverpool.
The FA Cup. Brighton.
They don't
Good.
have
Maybe they should knock
double-
Liverpool out.
double game week for a long time.
No, so they don't have a double game week yet. They
Let's
have a
see.
double game week.
Far in like April.
Yeah. Until Feb, they don't have a double game week at the moment. March, no. Is there any international break coming as well this season?
It's what we're on right now, technically. On an international break. There's a January camp. U.S. plays Serbia, I think. Next week. I don't know why you would need an international break 2 months after a World Cup just finished, but
Yeah.
forget those guys.
Okay.
But we've got another guest. He is the king of delusion, the master of disaster, the sultan of spewing shit. Dietrich Kane is in the house, everybody.
Tied with Jimmy Greaves,
Huh?
one of the best Spurs player in the history of the game. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, I was just defending him as being a legend earlier. You missed it.
And don't say Purple Patch ever again and change my name on WhatsApp right now.
Purple Patch Kane. That's what I have Dietrich's name as on WhatsApp. No, yeah. But I mean, other than that goal, dude, it was pretty average performance for Kane today. Pretty quiet.
Yeah, but out of the front three, I thought
I mean, he
Kane
scored.
and
So.
Son were equally the same in my opinion. But I thought Richie was shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I love Richie, but I think he's a limited guy. He's a limited winger in my opinion.
I just think it was a really physical game, and that you couldn't really get a flow going because it was just foul after foul after foul after foul
Yeah,
after
but-
foul. I mean, how many times did Son get fouled and Kulu get fouled and
Yeah, but you
Kane
see
get
Son-
fouled? And
Son, I'm not gonna cuss him because he had 5 men or like 4 men around him down the middle.
Yeah.
But when you have Richie, most of the time it's a one-on-one situation. So
he
you
dribbled
have
he dribbled out of play twice.
yeah, you have to beat your man at least one out of 3 times, at least once. But he never tried. He's such a limited footballer, man.
No, he's
He's
the
limited.
answer. He should be starting
No,
every
if
week
he-
in front of Son. Dietrich.
If he plays in the right position, he's good. I mean, I was having a chat
He's a
with
good player, but like
He's a
he's
poacher.
no, he's not a Bale. He's not a,
Richarlison is a poacher. If you find him in the box, he might make a spark of magic happen. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Right?
nothing more than that.
He doesn't beat guys. He doesn't dribble guys. He doesn't do any of those things. He doesn't do it for Brazil, right? He sits at the edge of the box. They find him, and he does a one touch here, boom, bam. That's it.
You see, when people say, "Oh, he has to play down the middle," or he has to play down the left, it just doesn't matter. The guy cannot dribble past someone. He is not good enough to be at Spurs. or a Champions League club. Get him out. Actually, if I'm Spurs, sell him now. Sell him now, you send him back to whatever he came from.
I didn't know you're a big Richie fan, Cubed.
She's joking, right?
She's joking. Like everyone makes fun of him.
Richie, can't you see? You have little impact on the team.
Even when he came on, this guy had no pace, nothing.
He's injured. Oh, sorry, he's struggling with his fitness at the moment.
Yeah, but then we have idiots on Twitter and YouTube saying he should start over Son.
You got Harry Jackson in the chat.
I don't agree with that.
Harry Johnson. But
of course, people again, and it's the same thing. People always are making excuses for Richarlison all the time why he can't do this.
Oh man,
Like, at some point you have to show something, right? Like at some point,
to some place striker.
Players who had limited time and they can go out there and impact the game. And that's the other thing. It's not just that he isn't scoring; he doesn't do other things well, right? Like if he was out there and he was
Jesus.
He's a Brian Gale.
Is this another Harry Jackson account?
What's that?
Oh, that's the Harry Jackson account.
No, but Harry, I get you can.
I don't even know who Harry Jackson is. Harry Jackson.
No, he's joking.
You better be good, kid.
No, he's joking. He's joking.
But Son has been poor. His job is to score goals. That's one of his jobs. Like I want people to answer me. What position has Son been playing this week? Because it's not left wing. He's a midfielder.
He's a left attacking mid.
That's right. Yep. He's left attacking mid. Right. His job is to do more than just score goals.
And when people say we play with 2 midfield, actually we play with 4. Actually,
right. I
even 6.
Said that earlier.
Even no, I didn't watch, but even 6. Let's say 6 if you count the wing backs as midfielders.
6. That's right. Because they're technically considered midfielders as well.
Yeah, left.
Right? You have left mid, right mid, 2 center mids, and 2 attacking mids. That's how we play. He doesn't play left attacking forward. Doesn't play. He's not a forward. Don't make me pull up the amount of times that he's played, and even in the left wing role. Right, we play a 3-4-2-1.
Adam, he's not a left attacking forward. He's a mid at the moment.
He's a mid.
Well, they're all midfielders on FPL, anyways.
Right, but I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about like they actually list positions that players play for each match, like what their official position is based on the formation that they play, and you can see it. You don't have to guess. You don't have to think. They actually tell you what position they play, and Son has played left wing this season. Forward or left wing this season 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times. That's it. 9 times.
The only thing I'll criticize Conte, it's better if you put Son at his best, which is left forward, and put Richie down the wing.
But we got Gogaman in with the super sticker, and every time she puts in a super sticker, we got to do her fox there. So big up Gogama for the super stickers. This was paid for by all the super stickers that Gogama puts into the channels. So big up Gogama Nim. All right. Yeah. But we've got I wanted to pull this up and show people, right? Like these where we don't have to guess or we don't have to pontificate about where people play, and we can literally just look it up, and as we look things up we get to know where people play, and it's very clear here that if you look at let me zoom in on here. What I love about FBref is that it's really hard to see. But yeah, so attacking mid, left mid, attacking mid, attacking mid, attacking mid, attacking mid, attacking mid. He played forward for Korea in a friendly. For Tottenham, he plays attacking mid, attacking mid. He played forward against Brighton. He played left wing part of the time against Eintracht Frankfurt. He played forward a little bit against Everton. Manchester United, Newcastle, Bournemouth. Played left wing for Korea in left mid and forward. Brentford, Aston Villa played left wing, but attacking mid, left mid, attacking mid.
But I have a
So-
question about Conte. Why not switch the position with him and Perisic? Play Perisic as attacking mid and play Son as the left mid. And you give him down the wing
Yeah,
all
but
the
he's
space.
got to get back and play. No, I don't think. I don't want to see.
But, he doesn't have
Perisic-
to, but anyways, he defends. Even attacking mid, he defends. So it's not going to change too much.
Yeah, but Perisic defends more than Son has to now, right?
Yeah.
So.
But I think Perisic's finishing quality is not that great as well. So
Boy, he's been garbage, man. He's been.
We got to
he's
see
been,
the 3-5-2 with Kane and Richie, and that looked great.
No, don't ever say that. Don't ever mention Richie, please.
no, I
Don't
think it
mention
might
him.
look great actually.
No. Don't.
We didn't score any goals in the second half.
Have we ever played 3-5-2 with Kane and Richie?
Did today?
We played the 4-4-2 with those two.
No, as in,
And
have we
Rich-
started any game with that formation? No,
No,
right?
that started. Well, I think we started a few.
We never started with those
With
two.
Son and Kane, right? We never started the game with Kane and Richie.
Not in a two.
No.
Richie started, but he hasn't started in a two.
In
I
the
don't
front
think.
two, yeah.
It may have been, maybe it might have been. What did we start in the game that Son came on? Leicester.
But it was a
It was-
3-4-3.
Yeah, 3-4-3.
Because it was a 3-5-2 when Son was on. Son and Kane were the only two attackers on in that system, and that's when he scored the 2 goals or whatever. Three
Yeah.
goals,
Yep.
3 goals.
Some play with
I don't remember.
2 striker with Kane and Son.
Yes, it was
Yeah.
Kulu and Richarlison.
Yeah. But we saw it today, right? I mean, Basuma came on for Kulusevski. We moved to a 3-5-2. Although Basuma was playing higher up. Look, I don't know. I don't understand why people think Basuma was this great. Even for Brighton, he wasn't some attacking midfielder.
He was a defensive mid always.
Yeah, so I
think
don't
that's
understand. Like I heard people saying today on some other streams that Basuma was this great guy. He played higher up for Brighton.
I think he
He's
was
great
a
in the
box.
three.
No, he was never high up.
I know.
No,
if you
he
remember
was-
the Okay, if you remember the Brighton game last year, we were talking about it that okay, Bissouma was the one who marked Kane very well, and Kane is the front player on our side. So if he's marking Kane and he's playing brilliantly in that game, how is he an attacking
Elias.
midfielder?
Elias, it depends the game. At times he plays box to box, but that game specifically, his job was to mark Kane. Mark him out of the game.
No, but even in other games as well, he
Yeah.
plays slightly behind for Brighton as well. He's good. He used to be good on the ball, like to keep the possession and help the other midfielder. But he was never an attacking midfielder.
No, he was never attacking mid, but like at times
Maybe he
at
played
Brighton,
box
he
to
was
box.
like
Hold on,
he,
let me look.
he was like at Brighton. He was always at the end of the box, trying to take a long shot every time. He was there. That's how he scored against us in the FA Cup. He was playing box to box.
Yeah, but
Perhaps
what
something
he
like-
did in the league, despite what he did in the FA Cup, was a bit different. Let me.
Go
Trying
check
to
his box
pull-
to box.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull. Oh, here we go. Trying to pull up his heat maps for last season here. Yeah, look. So if I were to show you guys this heat map from last season, he's
Box to box.
box to box, right? He never got him. So this is going forward. So people who don't know, here's my mouse, right? That's attacking. He was very rarely in the box.
But he's usually outside the box taking
Yeah,
shots.
but a long shot from whatever, he had one goal, man. You know, so it's not like he was this
scored,
stalwart guy. And people forget too, he had some bad performances last year. Yeah, he had some great ones, usually against us. But he had some bad performances too. So he wasn't this stalwart. Like somebody said, he was the best midfielder in the league for a couple. No, he was not even close.
No,
to being the
that's
best midfielder.
that's
Once,
exaggerating.
no, he was in big games, like against big teams. He was one of the best. Against like the Chelseas, the Cities,
That's
he
ma-
was running the shows.
That's pretty
Other
bad
than
against
Man U.
Manchester United.
Yeah,
West
that's
Ham
one
was
game.
a higher table position last year. I mean, let's maybe 2 years back. Maybe people are looking.
You see Arsenal
City.
7.0.
Yeah, 7.2, 7 lead, 6.6.
City 7.2.
But if you look, maybe it's because he wanted to move. But look here, even here, he's not in the box. You know, most of his time is spent 30 yards out as the highest that he reaches in a red, right? So you're talking 30 yards up. So basically, he's a DM or a deep lying 6. So if you're playing maybe two, you know, I don't remember exactly how Brighton played in that 3-man 3-5-2. Was it 2 holding or was it 1-6, 1-10, 1-8?
No,
was
2 hold-ins. 2 hold-ins, 1 attacking mid.
One attacking.
Yeah, so I mean, it's basically. But if you were to pull up Højbjerg's heat map, it looks a lot like this.
Yeah.
Right?
I think he was
But,
playing with
even if you
McAllister.
even if you look at his games, he has had pretty good games against the teams who attack well. Whereas on the other side,
One
the
goal.
teams that defend more, he has had a bad season with them. So it shows that he's defensively much better than he's in his attacking abilities.
Touches, his passing is average. Key passes 0.4 per game, so he's not even creative. It's not like he was even breaking down players. Created 1 big chance the entire year. So he's got to be a defensive mid, right? So why are people acting like he was this free-flowing, you know, rocking midfielder? He was just a strong, solid, you know, transition-based guy who made short passes, not long ones. And, you know, 2 big chances created an entire year, 0.3 key passes per game. Now let's look at Højbjerg's stats. I'm seriously, like, I don't get why. I think Basuma is a good player, but I don't remember him being this world beater midfielder that people claim that he is, right?
He's the kind of player who helps you in your recoveries. That's all.
Yeah, he's not a. I think one of the reasons when Dietrich said he's done well in the big games is because he's busy, right? Like when those other teams are having the ball, he's breaking up the play. He's moving the ball. One of the things that I liked about him was that, different from Højbjerg, and this is going to be a bit of an eye test. So, but when he got the ball after making the recovery, he didn't panic. He was confident on the ball, and he'd make smart plays. Whereas I find
short passes,
panics. Yeah, not great, not amazing passes, but he doesn't panic. Right? He'd get the ball, he'd make the short pass and get it going again. But he wasn't a guy who's making, like, I'm not surprised that he doesn't have key passes because that wasn't his.
Yeah, he's not a creator, though. I mean, he's not a deep lying playmaker. He's a defensive, transition-based, short pass, maybe move the ball quickly from deep. I mean, here's Højbjerg's heat map, and it's almost identical, right? It's the highest he gets, maybe into the box sometimes. The highest he gets is around the 30-yard mark, right? But when you look at Højbjerg's numbers as far as, like, big chances created, 4, right? Key passes per game, almost double what Basuma was producing, right? Look at the passing difference between, you know, him and Basuma, right?
I thought Højbjerg wasn't good today.
Right, but I mean, I'm sorry. This is all of last season's, right?
Yeah, but
rating,
last season he was carried by Bentancur at the same time.
But here, this is under Jose Mourinho, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Same
but
heat map. Hold on.
Yeah, but
goals
he
more
runs.
than Basuma, big chances. Let's look at his passing stuff. 4 assists, 4 key passes, 0.4 per game.
Yeah, but he just
Passing
runs
accuracy.
a lot. He's a headless chicken.
No, you can't call him a headless chicken, bro.
He is a headless chicken. He is.
He could be a headless chicken at times, but what I'm saying is I don't get why people are saying that Basuma has been this. I literally heard somebody say today that he had been one of the best midfielders in the league for how many
Sava.
years?
No.
Oh, that's Sava. Sava would say that.
Yeah, what's Sava? I just don't
I
get
knew
it.
People want to hype him up. If he's been one of the best midfielders in the league, I don't care what his legal things are. He's not going for 25 million or 35 million.
Like, I think he's a good midfielder, but I don't think he's any, like, for me, Bentancur is more creative than Basuma ever has been.
Do you know what would be perfect if we had Bentancur and Amrabat in midfield?
No.
Oh,
Amrabat
bit
is
too
literally
attacking.
just the Moroccan Højbjerg.
no, he's not. Take it back. No, he's not. He's not. Take it back.
Moroccan Højbjerg.
No, take it back. Take it back. No.
Yeah, he runs around, taking his head off, taking people's legs out. He is literally the
He's a
Moroccan
better tackler, more better on the
Actually, I
ball.
find him more of a Bentancur type. Moroccan
No.
Bentancur.
No,
He's
not a
above Bentancur.
No, he's not a Bentancur.
Yeah, he is.
I just like I think Basuma's a good player. Don't get me wrong. Like this is not a shit session on Basuma. But people are acting like Basuma was this world-class midfielder who Conte's ruined, right? And that's not true at all.
But he's not a Conte signing.
No, he's a good player. Like that, yeah.
He could be.
No,
He could
he's
be
not.
a Conte signing. I don't have because Conte said he's not ready yet, right? Listen, if Potter plays a less structured game, right? Maybe a little bit more freedom in the midfield, right? There's maybe a little bit more of a cycle. The jobs aren't so specific. In Conte's system, the roles are very specific, right? There's not a lot of flip-flopping. If you flip-flop, we'll leak goals. That's why we're leaking goals now, right? It's because if you looked at the first half, we were completely out of shape compared to the second half, right? If you looked at the first half, look at our shape and our defensive shape and where our midfielders were at and where we were doing, completely out of shape, right? And in the second half, you saw structure. You could see the blocks of four. You could see Højbjerg and Bentancur in their spots, right? They controlled the midfield a lot better. Son and Kulu were dropping in, right? We're playing a little bit more narrow. We're playing or helping out wide. And I just don't think Basuma's got that yet. Like I don't know what's wrong with Basuma. I don't know why did Bentancur have no problem fitting in, and Basuma's taken over a half a year.
But one thing is that Bentancur is used to Conte's system, style of play, because he had what's his name, Allegri. Basuma played with like a free-flowing attacking play under Brighton.
Still three in the midfield, three at the back.
But it's not. Yeah, but like you're used to have the ball. When it's you running around trying to tackle, it's not the same. It's not the same thing. Under Conte, you don't have any freedom to be creative or like take a player on. It's more like find your wing back, pass it to him, and let him just run with the ball.
Yeah.
So give him time, or if it doesn't work, might as well go get Ziyech and another player from Chelsea.
I think we should get Ziyech. Apparently, he's available. Like seriously, I don't get why, if Chelsea has spent all that money, they need to get rid of some players, right? The bad blood. Hopefully, a lot of the bad blood's gone. Why not take Ziyech off Chelsea's hand? I think he's better than Zaniolo.
They said he's on loan. You can really take a loan with option to buy. So it's not.
So take him on a loan. Why? I don't understand why we haven't signed him already.
I know.
Look, I'm telling you right now, Ziyech isn't performing at Chelsea because he doesn't feel valued and he doesn't get a run of games, right? I think he's a better player than Zaniolo is. He's used to playing in the three at the back system, right? He's used to playing. You want a guy who can come in and rotate evenly with Kulusevski on that right hand side. Boom. Who else is better?
And they're the same players. One is good with his passing, the other is like good with taking a man. So
I mean, like, who's a better fit? Who's a better fit right there for?
You see, I would agree with you, but I think Zaniolo is a Conte 100% Conte signing. That's a play he wants.
Right, but Morocco plays a very similar system to what Conte plays.
Yeah, but
and you saw him at the World Cup. He was amazing at the World Cup.
He was amazing. No, he is amazing. I would take him. But if you had to take one and Conte had it, not just in Conte's head, he would take Zaniolo any day of the week.
Yeah, but Morocco plays a defending, counter-attacking three at the back system, right?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
That's what Conte plays. There may be slight differences, right? But Ziyech defends well. He works hard, right? He gets back. Right? He's not a fancy, like I don't have to defend type of a guy. Why wouldn't Conte like? And in fact, his problems at Chelsea is just the fact that Tuchel didn't play that kind.
No, you never get a consistent game time. It's like 1 week you play, the other week you don't play for 3 weeks. So
yeah, and not even being injured or anything. Like,
no.
Look, I mean, even Christian Pulisic, I would take him on a loan too. Right? Think about it. If you had Pulisic, Richarlison, Ziyech, Son, Kane.
That's a great attacking options.
Yeah. The depth there. Right. You want, and not because he's American, I'm if you're going to say this, but if Son needs a rest, rotate Pulisic in. Yeah, it's a drop. It's a drop in quality, but it's not the same type of drop of quality as playing Richarlison as a left winger.
But you have one issue, it's Levy and the wages. He's on like 250.
No, who? Ziyech?
Yeah, Ziyech is on a lot of money. Go check. He has a big salary at Chelsea.
Pulisic isn't on that much. Now I can understand Tom Bowley not wanting to. So Pulisic is on 7.8 million.
Oh no, my bad. He's on 100k a week. My bad. Sorry. Wrong play. 100k a week.
Pulisic is on 7.8 million, which is like what a week.
7.8.
Yeah.
That's a bad contract.
150k a week.
Yeah, that's a bad contract.
And then Ziyech is on
100k.
100k.
Yeah.
So yeah, actually, I will take Ziyech over Zaniolo as well.
100%.
Yeah,
I don't even understand why this is. Yeah, but see, this is the problem. That's good for us. The fact that Christian Pulisic has an injury record is good for us, right? Because it's not a major injury. It's not one, but it's little nagging ones that he won't get pissed sitting on the bench as much, right? Like there's 2 or 3, 4 guys that can play in that spot for Chelsea, right? Especially with what Murdoch coming in. Who else do they have on the left there? They've got Sterling.
He's a Murdoch.
Modric, whatever the hell his name. He doesn't spell it like Luka Modric does. So it looks like Murdoch to me. Murder. It's a Y, dude.
And they just bought Madueke, so they have so many options.
And Nkunku's coming in.
Yep.
Who? Well, I guess he's more of a right central type guy, but
false 9 sort of.
I think the only way we can get the only way we work.
Dude, if Pulisic goes to Newcastle, then Newcastle's gonna be unstoppable. The only thing that's keeping Newcastle from playing really, really good football is the fact that the front three is dog shit.
No.
Right? Isaac is good, right? But Almiron, are you serious? Who do they have up top?
No, Almiron he's having a good season.
Saint Matt, he's having a good season, dude. But come on now. He's
no,
Almiron,
I'm saying
right?
good season. No, but having a good season. A better season than Kulusevski. We can agree on that at least.
Yeah, I mean, so far because Kulusevski's been injured all season.
Yeah,
Kulusevski still has what, 2 goals and 5 assists, 5, 6 assists, or something?
5 assists, yeah.
Who plays on the left?
St. Maximum, but he's been injured quite a bit. Who else?
Oh, he has
Joe Linton.
Oh, Joe Linton.
I mean, seriously, are we going to compare Joe Linton to Pulisic?
They have an excellent defense, but they just can't score.
And then Isaac really hasn't kicked off yet.
Yeah,
he was injured.
So what I'm saying is, man, the only thing that's keeping Newcastle from being an absolute amazing squad is their front line, dude. Willock, yeah, but that's Willock, dude. This is what we're talking about. If Newcastle goes get Ziyech and Pulisic, dude, Newcastle's look out Arsenal. I'm telling you that if Newcastle goes and picks up Chelsea sloppy seconds, man, they're gonna have problems.
Yeah, I mean, Fitzpatrick says I don't think Chelsea will do business with us. Maybe it's a London thing, but I thought that was more of a Roman thing, right? Wasn't he?
No, they won't.
Well, they just sold us batting. They just sold us batting from ladies' side. So
everybody listen to the Gooner here, Simos Funk, my friend, and don't forget to use your mouse on the like button and ring that bell. Subscribe to the channel. Show some love, right?
John, they just Talboli just offered Ziyech plus money for Bissouma, so they will do business. It's just Levy doesn't want to do business with them.
No, but he just bought Beth England from Chelsea for the ladies. Why can't they just buy a men's player?
ZH plus
Isn't it the
money for
season?
Basuma. Why didn't we do that?
Because Levy is a stubborn man. He doesn't want to deal with Arsenal and Chelsea. I don't know why.
ZH plus money
Yeah, they said
for
ZH plus
Basuma.
money.
We only paid 25 million for the dude, and
I
he's
don't know
played
how
5
much-
minutes.
I don't know how much money, but they said ZH plus money.
Even if it's 10 grand or 10 million. I mean, ZH has got to be worth what, 20 million?
With his age, I think
He's not that old, is he?
he's 30 years old. So
Is he 30 years old? He's older than I thought then.
30 or
That's probably
31.
why Daniel Levy hasn't done it then, because he's 30. I didn't realize
ZH
he was
is it?
30. He's fucking 30? I thought he was like
That's,
26, 27 or something.
29,
29,
30,
29.
30, he's gonna
That
be 30
old?
soon.
Well, it's just a year difference anyways.
It's not that old. Get rid of Lucas Moore, dude. ZH would be a
Yeah,
good.
for us it's not that old, but for Levy that's old.
Take him on a loan, dude. Why not? Why not? That should be done right now. I'm surprised Newcastle hasn't done it.
But I think Spurs would do this way. For example, Ziyech would go to Roma and we take Zaniolo. So it's gonna be like a triangle.
Stat wise, why does Udogie not have a lot of passes attempted? Because he's not that type of left back. He's more of a he shoots a lot, but he doesn't cross a lot. What he does is he drives into the box and he does short 5-6 yard passes. Because he has good passing accuracy in that way, but he's not a long crosser of the ball from outside the box. But if you look at his dribbling stats, it's kind of a well-balanced mix, if you really want to be honest with you. If we were to get Porro and Udogie, right? So you have Porro, who's more of a Perisic type right wing back, and you have Udogie, who's a little bit more, a lot better of an Emerson, right? So Emerson's not a big crosser, but Udogie's better than Emerson at dribbling and defending. A little bit more defensive-minded, better defensively. Porro is not a defender. So if you want that, to be honest with you, if Matt Doherty was fit, I would say Matt Doherty would be similar to Udogie, but not as good and a lot older. But I don't think Matt Doherty's ever really going to have a run of games being fit. But if best case scenario for me, to be honest with you, would be Emerson, Porro on the right, Udogie and Perisic on the left, and you have that ability to kind of switch focuses. And if you want to be really attacking, you put in Perisic and Porro. If you want to be defensive, you put in Udogie and Emerson. Right, that would be I think a balance there in those positions.
For me, next year we should have the option of Perisic, Udogie, and Reguilon, and you remove Cess.
Yeah, we should get rid of Reguilon. Look, if Matt Doherty could stay fit, I would say get rid of Emerson right now. Right?
And Spence.
Spence, I don't know. I don't know. He's young enough. What kind of player can he come into? I mean, he's not that much younger than Emerson, but I don't know.
If he was 18, I could say maybe there's room for improvement. But his
20?
age, but 20 at 20, what can you learn? He's apparently he's a troublemaker. Doesn't listen to his coaches. It's not like where he will listen.
Who's
take
20?
notice.
Spence is 22.
Is he 22? I thought he was like
Yeah,
22.
he's like 6 months younger than Trent Alexander. Arnold, whatever his name is.
Yeah, look, I don't understand. This is another
conundrum
conundrum from our fan base that I don't understand why people think that Jed Spence was some great right wing back that we're just not playing for the fun of it. It's so stupid.
He was a championship player. He's not
he wasn't even a good championship player. He was an average championship right back.
Sorry, Reece James. He's 6 months younger than Reece James. That's what it was.
His statistics for Nottingham Forest last season weren't great.
Imagine your coach telling you
Middlesbrough loaned him out.
Imagine your coach, the coach of Middlesbrough, said, if I play him right back, he'll be non-league. But if I play him right wing back, there's a chance he might be good. I'll just get rid of him. There's no point.
Just Spence, is it?
Yeah, I don't get why people think like, and people have, well, you haven't seen him play, dude. He's been playing for a while. There's records. Go look. Go look at his career.
Well,
in the championship.
The issue, they're doing the same error that we did with Ndombele. 2 good games and everyone is having a wet dream on him.
But he had 2 good games. Spence, he even haven't had 2 good games of that.
He had 2 good games. Arsenal and Leicester FA Cup. That's it.
I mean, for Spurs.
Spurs, he didn't fuck all.
Yeah, but at least Ndombele scored goals now and again. Right? Ndombele had good games for Tottenham, especially in the first 6 months that he was here. Here with us.
It's like Richie and Bergwijn. Richie's better than Bergwijn, but at least Bergwijn scored in his debut. So
scored in his debut, outscored Richarlison. They've actually played the same amount of minutes now.
Yeah, but the fans just want to find a way to cuss Conte because he's not trying. But the players just suck.
I don't get it. Like, why, without any evidence whatsoever, why do people have wet dreams about these 20-year-olds that we signed that are just average? Brian Hill, average. Jed Spence, average.
Brian Hill should
Pepe Matasar looks like the best one out of the lot of them, and he's 19.
I think Sarr should be our 4th option over Skip. I think out of the bunch, Sarr's the best. But should he start every weekend? We can't know.
But right now, for me, right, I don't think there's a big difference between Skip and Basuma right now as far as the qualities they're doing for us. Right, Basuma may be better player overall, but there's not a big difference. But what did you do when you came on today? Right, there's not a big difference at all. Like you could have thrown Skip in there.
I'm not going to judge you. I'm not going to judge you for 5 minutes.
If
5 minutes is not fair.
Before Basuma plays enough games to ruin his reputation, sell the motherfucker and get somebody who can actually help us out. Right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, because if we don't, he's going to end up being another Ndombele, Lo Celso, Emerson, right? That we can't get rid of.
No, I don't think he will get to that point at least with Basuma, because he has credibility in the Premier League.
That's another problem with our
right.
fans.
That's what I'm saying. Before he ruins that credibility.
But Lo Celso has credibility in the bank. We might not like him, but he did.
Stop it, Scott.
When he went to Spain, he played.
No,
he's a key member of their team. We might not like him. He plays all the time for them, right? When he's healthy.
For who?
But they won't buy him.
For who?
But they won't buy him, Scott.
Where did he go? Valencia or Villarreal?
Villarreal.
He's not even having a good year. Everyone.
But they won't even buy him. That's the problem. Is they won't buy him.
They won't buy him, or they won't pay.
No, actually,
they won't buy him.
He has a 15 million option to buy, and they don't want to pay it. Or 20
they
million.
did want to buy, but
last year
wasn't willing to send him.
No. Last year, hold on. Last year, Levy wanted 30 million euro, and they wanted to buy him at 15, and we paid like 50.
Yeah.
They wanted him 15.
But then we don't. Then we keep him and we get nothing. Right? At some point, we just got to get rid, don't we?
Yeah, we got to get rid. But you for 15 though. I mean,
yeah, you can't.
Well, at least I would rather us just getting some money than do the Arsenal way. Just let
that's
them.
That's what I'm saying. If Chelsea was willing to give us Ziyech and 10 mil or something. Right? Because nobody's going to offer 5 mil in a player, right? It's usually 10 plus. Bravo. Thank you very much, Gogama, for the super sticker. And if you are watching the show, you can super chat, super thanks after the word, super sticker, do whatever you want to do. Helps it out. Go to Patreon, THFCRants, and support.
Well, he doesn't even have an option this year on his loan. There's no option. It's just a straight loan.
Yeah, it's just a straight loan. That's what I'm saying, dude. Like Ndombele, we can't sell him either. Right? That's what I'm saying. Before Basuma, because I have a feeling right now with Basuma, he's going to end up destroying the reputation that he has. And he's going to be another player that doesn't work at our club who we can't get rid of. Because think about it, Winks is coming back, and Ndombele's coming back, Celso's coming back, Reguilon's coming back. Right? And the only one that who?
Rodon.
Joe Rodon's coming back. The only person I'm not upset about coming back really is Reguilon, but Conte won't play him either.
Yeah.
So, and Boogman says she loves Mr. Fox. And Mr. Fox loves you too. Thank you very much. All your support. Appreciate it. Well, Scarlett, I don't mind Scarlett coming back. He's like 12, right? So he can come back.
But why not just cancel the contracts if you cannot get your money? Just cancel the contracts, like they did with Aubameyang and the others.
It's not that straightforward.
It is that straightforward. You tell them I don't want you. I'm gonna either you.
We missed out on Kim Min Jae. I tried to tell people back in the day.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, stop it with your Kim Min Jae, man.
I'm just saying, dude.
He's
kind of like rocking the Serie A right now.
There are so many better defenders than him.
But okay, then get them. It's at least get those.
Probably gonna end up being Serie A Defender of the Year this year.
Because there's no good defenders in the Serie A this year.
Skriniar?
It's better than Eric Dyer, bro.
Skriniar is going to PSG.
But right now he's in Serie A.
Because all of them will come back. And they'll all get loaned out again until their contracts are up, and then they'll sell them for free. They'll leave on a free. So dumb.
Yeah, I don't know why we didn't get Kim Min Jae as well. That was...
No, the one that pisses me off is the left winger of Napoli. He was offered for 8 million and we said no. And we bought fucking him for 50 million.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't mind that much that we didn't go for Kim Min Jae because there were some questions about him coming from Turkey. It's good that he's doing well, but I can kind of understand it. But like you said,
yeah, it makes sense.
Got someone. I think the guy we should have got was De Vrij, just because he's played in that system in the central role. I think that was the one that made a lot of sense, and I don't know why we did that.
Yeah, but like again, 2 years ago when we bought Joe Rodon for nothing, we could have gotten Kim Min Jae for less.
No, if you're saying Kim Min Jae
and so Rodon, yeah, when he was playing in China, we could have gotten him for less than what we paid for Joe Rodon, right? But it was before he went to Turkey. Then he went to Turkey, and we could have gotten him for, I think it was like 10 or 15 million pounds.
And do you remember?
And it would have been a good. Look, we signed Brian Hill for 20.
Yeah, that was awful.
We played damn near 30 million pounds for Emerson. Right? And if you're going to take a punt on somebody, at least take a punt on Kim Min Jae, right? As a backup for defenders, right? You could sell Tanganga for as much as you paid for Kim Min Jae. You know what I mean? Like it's not a big punt, right?
But my issue, like,
and he could have been a backup, started, come in. You know, Dyer plays like crap. He comes in, do him. You see the power, the awesomeness, and he stays, right? Like, yeah, you know, I didn't have a problem with assigning him. I said that he needed to earn a starting position, right? Like, I didn't think he comes in and starts off the bat, right? With his experience only being in Turkey.
But I have a question.
Yeah.
We as football people, like, we watch the game. We understand if we can tell if a player is good or, like, there's question marks. How the fuck are scouts they cannot see, like, Emerson shit? And, like, players like Joe Rodon are such a limited footballer.
Because they only go by eye test. And they go based off.
But even eye test you see is not good.
But no,
even the eye test.
They watch 1 or 2 games, right? And because there's a couple of games that Emerson had for Batiste where he scored a goal, right? Or, you know, did whatever, right? They watch 1 or 2 games. They don't look at any of the hard numbers, right? Like literally the stat department at Tottenham Hotspur is probably the worst ever. Although there's no way we could have a quality, right, statistical analysis department and sign players like Brian Hill, Emerson, Jack Clark. Right, Jack Clark had some hype. What do? We go out and buy him.
But even the Leeds fan said he wasn't good, and we overpaid for him.
He had some hype in the championship, right? We go out and pay 20 million for him.
I think it was 11.
Yeah, I'm exaggerating.
Didn't Jack Clark have like a medical issue at Leeds, and then they said something like he kind of struggled to get back after he had that?
They just said he wasn't good, and Bielsa said there's no point of playing you.
The other thing you look at, Dietrich, when you say how come our players are always shit, is how many come in with a deal, right? Like, remember, you said how much Lo Celso cost. Well, we got him because if we only loaned him the first year, then Batiste could cut out the amount that went to PSG, right? So there's a deal we're getting. I remember when we got Emerson, it's like, oh, he's a Barcelona player, but they don't want him, so we can get this Barcelona player for a cut rate deal.
Yeah, but
Suma comes in because he's on the last year of his contract
But you look at Leipzig. Leipzig, the way they perform, the way they buy players. Look at Guardiola. They bought him for 15 million. There's so many good players on the cheap, and we go for the worst option every single time.
I know. Like, look, seriously, we passed the 5 million on Jack Grealish, right? Which you can say what you want to say about City, right? But he would be amazing in our squad right now.
He would be perfect for us.
And we passed up the 5 mil and then went and spent 10 on Jack Clark, a player that we didn't need, who didn't even come into our first team, went into the academy, never made it out, and then was sold for 1. We lost £9 million. If we played 11 or 10, we sold him for 1.1 million. We lost 9 million on Jack Clark.
Yeah. And then you look at the right backs. We sold Kyle Walker-Peters. We had Trippier. We sold Trippier. We had Aurier. Just with that money, we could have bought, for example, Hakimi for like 35 million from Real.
Yeah, 100%. Because he went for 43 million euro.
That's
to
40
Inter
million.
Milan.
That's like 30 million pounds. That's nothing.
Yeah, it's like at the time it would have been like 35. Right? And we spent that dang near that on Emerson.
I spent close to 100 million on just right backs since Walker.
But John wants to know, Will, in your opinion, who is better for Spurs, Aurier or Emerson? Well, attacking wise, Aurier is way better than Emerson. In fact, I wish we had Aurier right now. Aurier would probably have 4 goals this season, right?
Emerson was good today.
And 2 red cards. That's what Aurier would have right now.
Emerson played well, so I'm going to give him credit.
He played decent today. Yeah. I wouldn't say well. He played better than he normally does. Higher than his average.
He was 10 times the player of Perisic.
I hated Aurier when he was here, but there's no arguing that this would be the best. He'd be better than any of the right backs we have now.
Oh yeah, there is no debate.
But Aurier's fault that we had to watch Sissoko week in, week out.
It's cute, drunk. By the way, I was disappointed with your showing on In the Wall. You're not discussing enough. So sorry. Sorry, I'm not lewd and crude enough for you.
I hate that show.
I can be. So.
I just hate that show. So weird.
No, it's a fun show. I love Bob. Big up Bob Spur TV. If you guys haven't subscribed, go subscribe to Bob, and he may or may not tell you that he was in a coma.
Why do you wear so many rings? But you're in a midlife crisis. I saw you.
Well, I mean, this one's
married.
I wear on my wedding finger, and then this is my grandfather's ring.
Oh.
So my grandfather gave me this ring, and he passed away. Let me see if I can get it to focus on there. Yeah, So this is a 14 karat gold nugget ring with 4 diamonds set in it. And I just happen to have my wife and 3 kids, so it just happens to match. But
It's
yeah,
prophetic.
he gave that to me. So that's why I wear it. I only have 2 rings.
Chains.
I have
Classic.
a white gold nugget ring and then a yellow gold nugget ring. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
How come the ring were brought in? Sorry, hi.
He
What's
asked. He asked me why.
Oh, he asked
Why I
you
have so many rings. Why so many rings? I just put it on this finger sometimes because when my hands get cold, my fingers shrink, and it falls off this knuckle sometimes, and this knuckle, my left knuckle's a little bit bigger, so it doesn't fall off.
Where's the tank top?
Well, I wore this one here, so you guys have been saying that I'm not showing enough muscle lately.
But
so.
I can tell you've been skipping the gym. You're not as big as.
I'm actually bigger.
No, I feel like in the past it was much bigger.
It's probably because I had more fat on me. So this is the same size shirt, dude, and I'm stretching sleeves on it. So size large.
Show the triceps.
Just see, there's more V there than there used to be, dude. Go back and look, man. There's more V than there used to be.
Any abs?
Not yet. No abs yet. I'm still probably a good 20. So when I started this, I was at 28% body fat, according to my little dealy scale thing. And now I'm 23% body fat. That's a bit high. My handheld dealy says I'm 17% body fat now. I think I'm probably closer to 20. If you really want me to be honest. But yeah. But no, I weigh less. I'm only 207 now. 207. I might a little bit of muscle, but I'm lighter. I was about, let's say, before I went on my vacation to Mexico, I was about 215. So, yeah, to be honest with you, I have problems, man, with my shoulders. They don't grow, dude. Especially my rear. I don't do a whole lot of front shoulder stuff, but like my traps respond pretty quick. Like I don't know if you guys noticed, but like when I wear a tank top, I've got pretty decent traps. But my deltoids don't respond hardly at all, dude. And I have like if I were to lift my arm, there's a pocket, and you can see there's like I don't have rear delts, dude, and that's all I do. That's all I do. I don't do side lateral raises. I do some like Arnold presses and shoulder presses, but that's the only front and side work that I do. I do face pulls and I do rear delt rolls, and I can't grow deltoids to save my life unless I don't know, maybe I need to take steroids or something. But Adiata comes in here. Long no time, no see. Will, do you think Tottenham can finish above Newcastle? Yeah, we can.
100%.
Yeah, we're 3 points behind them. We can finish above United. So we're 3 points out of third place right now. It is what it is.
I think United might bottle something as well towards the end of the season. They may lose points.
That's right. I got to get big when I go to England because if I don't look intimidating, I'm going to get stabbed.
When are you going to England?
As soon as I'm big enough to not get stabbed. The height's already there. Why don't we sleep? It's not that late. It's like 12 midnight for us. We're in the United States of America.
When are you going to Korea?
When am I going to Korea?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
It might sound crazy, but I might go with my family on vacation.
nice.
It's good. Korea's a good place to go vacation.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd like to go to Korea, right? 우리 한국 친구들이 보고 싶은데. 보고모님 and
I'm now in a mood for a Korean lunch.
윤신우님 and other people do like a little Korea. I'm telling you, Korea would be fun, man. There'd be a lot of people.
Yep.
We can meet in Korea. Boguma says, Will님 전 이만 쇼 잘 하시고 다음에 봐요. 새해 복 많이 받으세요. 2023년 뿅뿅뿅.
It's something to do with.
우리
It's
will님
something to do with
화이팅. Bye. Thank you for watching and thank you for your super chats.
Is it something to do with Lunar New Year? Just not she was talking about it.
Oh yeah, so I didn't translate. She's like, I have to go. Thank you for good job on the show, and we'll see you next time. Have a happy New Year, and let's go 2023.
Thanks, Google.
대박. 한국말해. 네, 한국말해요. Let's see. Will's got to get his body ready for that tattoo forfeit. Yeah, it's looking like it. We'd have to win almost every single one of them. I think we can draw one. I think that's where we're at right now. We can draw one of our remaining games.
So we need 40 points. So 40 divided by 3.
We've played 21, right? So that means that there's 17 games left, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So 17 times 3.
51.
51. Right. So 51 plus we're at what, 36 right now?
36.
87. So
we need to win every game.
85 points and below. Right. I got to get a tattoo. So we can draw twice.
So we cannot lose. We cannot lose.
We lose another game. My ass has to get a tattoo. It's so dumb.
What tattoo is that? Is that a TOT tattoo?
Yeah, Tottenham on tour.
On that note, I'm gonna head out, guys. I gotta go deal with some kids that need to get to bed. So, just quickly to answer Abdul Kareem's question. That's okay. I don't think that Poro will have the same impact as Kulu and Bentancur because we got bigger issues than just
I don't
players
think
going to fix. But other than that, thank you for having me, Will. Good to see you, Elias.
Big up, Scotty.
Good to see you, Scott.
Matrix, it wasn't as bad as normal with you here, so
don't tell Scotty. Scotty doesn't know.
Scott, I'll go in the comments and call you an idiot.
You better not call me dumb. As long as you don't use dumb, that's okay. I think fucking idiot is okay, actually, if that's what I heard. But good night. CQ.
Will's tattoo forfeit will be permanent evidence of the fact that Will was wrong once. That's correct. It's wrong once.
Good night, all guys.
Good night, Scott. Have a good one. But like I said, there was no details of how small the tattoo has to be. So if I have to get on this one here, just get a little. Like a little TOT tattooed along the edge of one of those puppies. I've stuck to the bet.
The issue we just lost too many games.
11.
We just lost too many games in 21.
Yeah, we've lost like 7 games already or something like that.
That's too much.
Yeah.
And now we play City, so get ready for the tattoo.
I could be getting the tattoo by the end of the next week. I don't know if I'll get it next week, but I mean I could be owed to get it by the end of next week. I'll have to get it.
So are you really gonna do it, or are you just joking?
I got to, man. It was a bet. Because I know for a fact that if we did end up getting 90 or more points this season, Brian Daigle would have gotten my logo tattooed on him. I know for a fact he would. He's done it before, right? So I can't be the guy. I can't be the guy that reneges on that. Yeah.
So it's gonna be a permanent tattoo or just a temporary?
That was not specified.
Yeah.
He said permanent.
No, permanent tattoo. I'll just get a regular one. But like I said, their size was never specified. Size and location were never specified. We got Mr. Adiata in the house.
Hi.
Hi.
Aditya.
Hi, bros.
hey,
Hi,
Money.
bros.
What's up, man? Say hey, book money about this deal. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Aditya,
If
where you
Will
from?
doesn't do it, he'll never live it down. That's true.
I am
Never
from
lived it.
India.
Oh, okay. कैसे हो?
Yeah. मैं ठीक हूँ भाई, तू बता.
मैं ठीक ठाक.
आप
Yeah, so Aditya
आप
and I
कहाँ
can
पे
speak
रहते
the
हैं
same
बे?
language. मैं मलेशिया से.
Oh,
sorry,
nice.
we
So
are
how
starting
can
our own
you?
conversation here.
Yeah, no, but how do you know Hindi then?
Oh, of course, I'm from Pakistan.
Oh, nice, nice. Okay, okay. Well, what's your name?
Elias Krishan.
Okay. Right.
Yeah. What's up, Adiata, man? What did you think of the game today?
It was quite an even game, isn't it? Like quite equal for me. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think the second half, I think we controlled the game fairly well. There wasn't any periods in the second half. Where
I
looked like
think
they
it
were gonna
was fine margins for me.
Fine. You didn't think we controlled the second half?
We did, but like not by too much for me. That's what I think. Like
Yeah,
it
we didn't
wasn't
dominate.
a dominant, it wasn't a very convincing performance. Like just Tottenham like all over Fulham. That kind of performance I did not see.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't dominate them offensively, but we controlled. That's why I said it was a controlled performance in the second half. The first
Like
half
in
for me was a lot
3-4-3,
more
is it possible
nervy.
to control though?
Huh? Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can
In
sit back and control the game for sure.
Yeah, like in first and second block within those zones you can control, but within second and third block you cannot control, like Man City do or Liverpool do or Arsenal do, isn't it? Like only with mid block and low block we can control. Because
yeah, we
like
control the mid block.
Yeah, but like when opponents are pushed into their own boxes and then we just apply pressure on them, that kind of control I don't see with back three. That's what I feel. With back four, I see that kind of control because then more midfielders, one or two of them are pushed even
we
further.
defended in a 5 in the second half. We defended in a 5-4-1. We had basically three strong blocks, defensive blocks of 4, and we controlled the game. They didn't hardly do anything in the second half. So, but I got another guest to bring on in the back, and he hasn't been on in a while, but we're glad that he's back. Everybody, 2 Canadians leave, and the most rational, smartest, best looking, I'm going to add that to it, best looking Canadian that I've ever met. Abdul Kareem is in the house, everybody.
What's going on, everyone? What's going on, man?
Your song has the perfect drop.
How's it going? Is this?
Yeah,
you know that your song has your intro song has the perfect drop.
I know.
You know?
I know.
Like when because there's enough time for me to talk, and then it literally like boom, right? It drops. It's great. I like it. What's up, man? What were your thoughts on the game today? What'd you think?
To be honest, I was pretty disappointed. I'm gonna be real, but like, I'm not sure how to feel about it because we did beat Fulham, which again, Fulham is a pretty shit team, but again, Fulham is doing pretty good this year. Fulham is like 7th or 8th this year. They just beat Chelsea.
I mean, they were 6th until today. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like, I still think we should have beat them a little bit more convincingly. But listen, man, a win is a win. We'll take it. You know, like it is pretty disappointing how every team just seems to just control possession. Every team knows how to press us.
Yeah.
We have no idea how to play off from the back. I feel like sometimes we just need to just hoof the ball up to Harry Kane sometimes and have some players up, because we usually have Harry Kane just sitting by himself and he's marked by like 6 Fulham defenders. We try to play off on the back, but it doesn't work. Every time the ball hits certain areas of the pitch, it just seems to die out. But you know what, like,
Yeah.
I guess, like, yeah, I'm not really too sure how to think, to be honest. But again, a win is a win, I guess, right? So I mean, it's a clean sheet, but I don't think it was like it was well. Of course, it was well deserved, but I don't think it's sustainable the way we played. I still think if we would have faced a team like Chelsea or Liverpool, they can exploit us.
Oh, I mean,
Well.
yeah. What?
Well, did you watch Fulham Newcastle, both the legs, at Craven Cottage and St. James Park?
Who? What Newcastle?
Fulham versus Newcastle.
No.
Fulham versus Newcastle?
I didn't see it.
Yeah.
No, I didn't watch Fulham versus.
He's a full.
Like
yeah,
Newcastle
Fulham.
made them look like a championship kind of team, mid-table
Dude,
championship.
it was like 2-1 or something.
And
like
then
1-0.
1-0 and 4-1. Both the legs they won. Like completely dominant performance. Like that kind of performance I'm not seeing from Tottenham.
In
Like
the
we are not
FA Cup?
destroying teams. No, Premier League. 4-1 away from home at Craven Cottage and then 1-0 at St. James Park. And that 1-0 win, like that should have been a lot more. Like they just dominate opponents, man. Like they will they're short. Yeah, go on.
The 4-1 was in October.
Yeah.
Right.
And then recently 1-0.
Yeah, and 1-0. Yeah, recently.
That 1-0 was very dominant 1-0, like seriously.
How do you have a dominant 1-0?
Like in terms of, putting
Chance
the opponents
creation.
back. Yeah, chance creation, everything. Like just Newcastle just dominant. Bro, our XG was lesser than Fulham's. Yeah, yesterday's.
Are you talking about shithousery?
You're talking about
or-
like shot, like total amounts of shots or something?
No. When you watch the match, then you just realize that your opponents can't get the ball off you. You are just, managing to play against their press. You are able to test their goalkeeper. Like they are not able to get even in and around your box. So you just call that domination. That domination I saw from Newcastle against Fulham. The same kind of performance I did not see from Tottenham. Did you get what I said?
Yeah, I just don't.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying. I just don't know if I necessarily agree that Newcastle dominated Fulham the last time that they played it in the 1-0, right? Like, you have 5 shots on target in the entire game. So how's that
No, but their
domination?
XG was much more, bro. Possession, XG, everything.
Oh, maybe he's
Like
talking
short-
about
Hold on. This is
Yeah,
why
yeah.
you can't look at total XG on games, because block shots have XG too, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you take 20 shots and I block 15 of them, right? You didn't do a good job. We did.
No, but they put you under pressure. That is why you had to block that shot.
No,
like
you can shoot,
they
from
were
outside the
pressing you.
box all day. Right? You can shoot from outside the box all day. Right? And every block
I
shot,
understand that,
every
but
shot
they had
that's-
shots inside
a
the box
shot-
as well.
Hold on. A shot, like take for example, Joe Willock's shot against Fulham. It was like 30 miles out to the right. Okay, from
you have
40
opened your
yards
stats,
out.
right?
Right. Yeah, I'll throw it at health. I'll put it up on the screen so you can see what I'm talking about.
Okay. I don't know, man. But by eye test, I thought like they were
So like
they
this
were
shot,
very
this
dominant.
shot right too. This shot right here, right? That's where the ball ended up. Right here, I'll put my mouse so you can see my mouse. Okay, that's where the ball ended up. Right there's the goal. Okay, that's like what? That's 6 yards. That's 12 yards off target. That shot has 0.2 xG. That's included in that. Okay, this block shot by Longstaff inside the box, it's blocked. It means the defense did their job, right? Okay.
No,
that
but
has
they were put under
hold on,
pressure, bro.
Hold on. They have 0.12 xG, right? Now, when you look at total xG for the match, all it does is it takes the XG of every single shot, right, and adds it up, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so when we're looking at total XG for the game, and this is why you got to be careful with totals. This is what I told Saba too when he was talking about shot totals. You can't
But
go
block
off
shots
shot
won't you
Hold
consider as
on.
chances though?
Where's the XG? I can't see it. I can't see the XG.
2.36.
Oh, it's 2.36. Oh,
2.36 to 1.11.
oh, that's
Yeah.
it. Okay, I see it.
Okay.
I see it.
So I want you to look at
Yeah.
this. Okay. This is the total. So you look at total shots, 20 to 5. That looks like a domination, right? But how many of those were blocked? 8. Okay. Those don't count. How many were off target? 7. Those don't count. Domination is when you have
But 5 to 0,
12
bro,
hold
on target.
okay. That's fine. 5 to 0. That's good.
Fulham
Newcastle
0,
won.
bro.
Hold on.
Entire game 0.
Newcastle won 1-0. Okay. If you were to take the XG of those 5 shots on target, it does not equal 2.36. You get that? Right? We can add them up if we
But
want.
I think we should consider block shots
No, why?
because you are putting them under pressure. Like defense
No,
is
you're not. If
going
you're
back.
taking, hold on. If you're
Defense is
marked,
suffering.
no. If you're marked and you're just taking a shot, just taking a whack at it, like Harry Kane gets a ball and he just goes whack, and there's 3 guys on him. That's not domination. That's just Harry Kane taking a whack at it, right?
Inside the box, not outside the box. Inside the box, block shots,
Doesn't
I
matter.
think we should consider.
Inside, outside the box, block shots don't count, bro. Literally.
Yeah, but then
In
if
my
you're
opinion,
if
it should.
If your team is getting put under pressure, that's not a good thing.
Hold on, but
It's not a good
how many
thing for
how
your
many
team
block
to be-
shots did Harry Kane have today? And how many of those did you think were good shots? Were
It
Fulham's
depends
defense?
upon XG,
Hold
no?
on. No. Look, I can show you today's game. Any shot that's
No,
inside
no.
the box.
See, if block
Let me
shots
finish
XG is
my
less.
sentence
Oh,
first,
sorry.
please.
Yeah.
Right? Block shots inside the box will always have more XG than block shots outside of the box because they're in the box. Okay.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah. So a block shot by one defender, right, is going to have a higher XG than a block shot in front of 2 defenders, correct?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yes. Right. Okay. So if you have an XG of 0.1, that's not a quality chance in the box, okay, that was blocked. Okay. This Joe Linton shot that was blocked, right? The XG on target, it says it had no chance of getting on target. None.
Yeah.
You know what XGOT means, right? That's the chance of it getting on target. None.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that 0 per long staff chance was good, no? 0.1, 2. Okay, fine.
12%, bro.
But don't you consider that as domination, though?
No.
Because then that is down to see. There are 2 distinctive things. One is domination. Another is
You call that a
executing from
quality
that
shot?
domination.
Call that a quality
No,
shot.
I understand. I understand that. But I am saying, like, I consider these two things as different. One is domination, or putting the opposition under pressure, and then executing from that domination. So your result may not be good as a result of that domination, but that doesn't mean that you did not dominate. You
It's
get what I'm trying to say?
No, dominating means that you are putting a high level, right? High level of risk of you scoring. That's what that means. High level risk of you scoring. That's what domination means to me. Okay. This is not at a risk of scoring. Right? That one, maybe. Right? That one, no. That one, definitely not. Right? So why are we counting these in a domination? Right? This one has 0% chance of scoring a goal. 0%.
But at the same time, Will, that is applicable to both teams then. Even Fulham might have shots outside the box, and then even
they do.
those things you will have to subtract, correct?
I exactly did. Right? If you look at how many shots on target they had none. Right? That one doesn't count. That one's not risky. That one's not risky. That one is. That one's
Well,
not.
well, may I ask you one question?
Mhm.
But Fulham had 0 shots against Newcastle on target throughout the entire game, and against us, I think they had 4 or 5 shots on target. Let me check.
Okay.
So
Yeah, they
is
had some
that not
shots
a
on
big
target
difference?
today. What?
How many shots on target? My internet is working slow. To come.
They had, I'll tell you. They had 5 shots on target today.
Yeah, so against us, Fulham had 5 shots on target. Against Newcastle, why only 0? Is that not a difference?
Yeah, their defense did better, or their offense did worse. Newcastle's defense did better.
So is that not concerning then?
That Newcastle's defense is better than ours? Newcastle's defense has always been better than ours. They've only conceded 11 goals in the entire season.
I think
Newcastle's
even
got
lesser
a better
than that.
defense.
I think 8 goals. 8 goals entire season, I think.
No,
Huh?
they're more. It's like 12 or 13.
It's 11.
Or something.
11.
Is it
No,
11?
that's
I think
no-
it's 8, bro.
I have no problem.
11,
Like
but-
Newcastle has a better defense than us. My
Yeah,
only
Newcastle has a
problem
better
is
back line. They have better
the
center backs
way-
than we do.
the way we got our clean sheet today was not sustainable. That's not a sustainable clean sheet. With the other team having 5 shots on target, Hugo Lloris had to make a point blank say that's not sustainable.
What's up, dude?
I go, well,
Will,
What? Right here.
do you think better center backs help increase attacking stats eventually? Do you think there is a correlation between the two things?
Better, like, okay, one more time.
Do you think having better center backs, having better defense, eventually improve your attacking stats as well?
Yeah,
You
if
will
the
have just
defenders are
license to attack.
If the defenders are better on the ball, if the defenders are good at passing, if defenders are good in the box for set pieces, then yeah, of course it helps improve. Do the defensive actions help
So do
improve?
you think that is the reason for Newcastle playing so well this season?
No, Newcastle's attack sucks, bro.
Yeah, their attack is not there. I don't think their attack sucks. They just don't take their chances. They create chances. That's what I've seen from most of their games. They just keep hammering teams, man.
We have 7 more goals than them. Brighton has 4
Yeah,
more
I know,
goals
because
than
we are more clinical.
it's because we have Kane.
Yeah, exactly. We are more clinical.
Kane is scoring from
goals.
set pieces for the majority of the time.
No, but some of the goals that he's scoring just because of like the goals he
Højbjerg has
scored
5
today.
goals. Bentancur has 5 goals.
No other striker
goals.
scores that kind of goal.
Son has
today.
4
The goal that
goals.
Harry-
We have like 3 or 4 players with 4 goals this season. Kula has 2 goals. There's a lot more goals. Eric Dyer has 2 goals.
So, do you think Newcastle will drop points later on? Because they don't concede any goal. Like, is there a concern that they won't just lose any game? At max, a draw 0-0, or they will go on to win 1-0, 2-0 every single game?
Yeah, I mean,
Well, yeah,
Newcastle's
they're a better team than us right
defending very well.
So, how do we then go above them, in your opinion?
But we win more games than they do.
That will be difficult,
that's how
isn't
we
it?
go-
If we
that's how
don't
we
defend
go.
properly.
We only have to play them once, right? They have to play. They have a harder run out than we do.
Do they? Are you sure?
They are not losing any game. That is the problem. Like, for some reason, they draw too many, but they don't lose. I don't know what is with them.
So Newcastle's
Isn't it?
run out is
Even
think
Arsenal
they
could
have
not beat them.
Yeah, but Newcastle
they have to
has the best
play
defense.
Liverpool. They have to play Brighton. They have to play Man City in March. They have to play Man United in April. They play Aston Villa, Brentford in April. They have to play us in April. They play Arsenal in May.
Can we
and they
beat
play
them?
Chelsea the last day of the week.
It's pretty much like us. We have similar schedules. We got to face Chelsea. We got to face Liverpool. We got to face Man City. The only thing that they have over us is
Liverpool,
they have to play
Anfield, we have to go as well.
They had the only
Yeah,
thing.
but we
is
play.
playing,
The difference is we play Liverpool and Chelsea, I think, earlier than they do. And if we need to
and
play
they
them
have-
while So for example, if Chelsea's going to come into form, it's going to be towards the end of the year, right? So the earlier we have to play them, right?
Is in our advantage.
Is in our advantage, right? If we're playing teams that are out of form right now, like Fulham right now, right? They're not scoring goals. Mitrovic hasn't scored, and he scored 2 goals in his past eight matches, right? Fulham is, if they're scoring 1, maybe 2 at the most, right? They're not scoring a whole lot of goals, right? Newcastle's not scoring a whole lot of goals, to be honest with you. So if you go to a team, right? So like Newcastle has to play Liverpool, and that's a big game, right? There's an old rivalry between Liverpool and Newcastle, right? Liverpool could show up for that game.
And you also said one thing, that after the first 20 games are over, you will change your prediction of top 4, top 6. So what are your new predictions now?
I haven't ran the spreadsheet yet, but I mean, right now, it's definitely not up. We're not getting second, that's for sure.
You said second at the start, right?
Yeah.
What were your initial predictions?
City, us, Liverpool,
Chelsea? Was it Chelsea?
I don't think it was Chelsea. Might have been Chelsea.
I think you predicted Tottenham, no? Man City, Liverpool, Tottenham. Isn't
it was City, Tottenham, Liverpool, Chelsea. I think Newcastle.
Bro, you are getting most of them wrong, bro.
Arsenal was 6th.
Arsenal 6th? Like my God.
Yeah.
Whoa.
After last season, yeah. Nobody. That's not shocking. Nobody in the summer said they were going to.
No, but they finished 5th last season, bro. So they were never finishing 6th again. Like they were only going to improve, even if it is.
Why were they only going to improve? They finished 8th and 8th.
Because they signed 2 really good players, Zinchenko, Jesus, who have changed their team. That is why.
Have you seen a difference of how Arsenal play with Jesus being injured for the last 4 weeks? No,
I think their intensity is pretty much the same. Yeah.
Dude, Jesus, it's pretty much the same, because Arsenal's goals and creativity come from Odegaard, Martinelli, and Saka. Jesus, to be honest,
it's not just that. Like I mean, in a different way as well. Like his presence in the dressing room, his inspiration to other young players. He has won so many titles before as well.
I disagree.
I think that also helps a little bit.
Just an influential player.
A little bit, it might help.
I think he's more influential than other Arsenal players, you can say.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to be more influential than.
He has won titles and all in the past.
Odegaard's the captain. He's like 20 years old, right? So.
Yeah.
It's not, why isn't Jesus the captain?
Zinchenko has also influenced their team. Don't you think so, Will Stewart?
No, Odegaard's been playing out of his boots this year, right? Odegaard is he's way better this season than he was last season, right? What did Odegaard do last year? Hardly nothing, right? This season, Odegaard has been playing out of his boots. Right? Obviously, he did something, right? I'm not being literal, right? I'm being exaggerative, general. What I mean is Odegaard didn't have the impact last season that he did this season. You have Partey, right, who's playing Granit Xhaka, for example, right? Who would have thought after the last 3 years that Granit Xhaka's had that he was going to have this kind of a season this year, right? Not getting sent off every game, right? Scoring goals, creating goals, right? Like Granit Xhaka is having the season of his life, right?
Who is better for you, Granit Xhaka or Bentancur? If you have to pick one of the two.
If I had to pick one over time, right? Because remember, I don't look at flashes in the pan. I look over at least 3 years. I would pick Bentancur.
Bentancur, yeah.
Fair point. I'll pick Bentancur as well.
Because flash in the pans
on the system you're playing.
And what do you think of their new signings,
I would pick Bentancur for any system, huh?
What do you think of their new signing, Trossard?
See, I think Trossard's a good player. I think Trossard's a good winger. Is he a great winger? No. For 25 million, is he a decent buy? Yeah, I think he is. Premier League proven.
Didn't we bid 12 million for him?
Yeah, we billed 12 million. He's worth way more than 12 million. Those stupid bids.
But then why didn't we go for more money, man?
Because Daniel Levy is an idiot. That's why.
We could have got him. You know, his agent said that he was close to joining Tottenham, but Tottenham did not bid more. That's what he said.
Not even not bid more. We just kept saying wait. Arsenal came in, said we want him. Boom. How much? There you go. Boom. Deal done. Right. That's.
I think he's good, man. He's a good player. Really good player. Trossard.
So we were just showing interest basically, and when we show interest, it's basically lack of interest.
Yeah. So I think your predictions got horribly wrong. Apart from maybe Man City, what do you think, Will Stewart?
Well, I mean, I predicted that we would finish above Liverpool. That's happened, right? Did I expect Liverpool to be 9th? No.
Like your top 4.
Right. You remember when you pretty much cussed me out because I said we were going to finish above Liverpool?
No, I did not.
You said they were going to fall. They weren't going to fall.
Sava said. I did not.
You
Sava
did
said,
too. You copied Sava. Yes, you did. Don't make me go back and clip the shows. Don't make me go back and clip the shows, buddy.
I did not.
Yes, you did. On this very show,
No, I did not.
Argument. You did,
Oh
bro.
my God.
You did.
No,
You
I
said
did
there's
not.
no way.
You all said Chelsea would finish in top 4, bro. Chelsea.
Actually, my predictions
My
were very
God.
similar to the ones that Will had. Like, I was expecting us to finish 2nd and Liverpool at 3rd, but it didn't happen in the end. And then Chelsea at 4th.
I said Tottenham 4th. Yeah, Arsenal are playing really well. They are playing out of their skin.
I don't know any YouTube pundits who predicted, other than Arsenal fans. I don't know any mainstream.
Julian said. Julian from AFTV said Arsenal were going to win the league.
Fan, bro.
He's an Arsenal
Yeah.
fan.
No, probably not.
And Julian is the most deluded Arsenal fan that there is, right? He would say they would win the league if they just finished 15th.
He's just positive, man.
No.
He's just positive.
Hold on. Listen. Okay.
Optimistic, perhaps.
Hold on.
Yeah, extremely optimistic.
Deluded means things that aren't rational. At the time, it was not rational to say Arsenal's going to win the league. Right? That was
But
not
in
a
hindsight,
rational.
it is proving to be rational, isn't it?
No. That's not what rational means, right? So at the
No, it
time,
does. Rational is based on factual happenings as well.
Okay. It would be rational now to say that Arsenal could win the league, right? Even though they haven't yet, right? It's not a fact that they've won the league.
Like, they are in the race.
Yes, they are in the race, but you're not listening to what I'm saying, right? In June, right? It would not have been rational, right? Meaning within reason, it was not reasonable to say Arsenal will win the league next season. That was not a reasonable thing. It would have been reasonable to say Arsenal can get top 4, right? Because they finished 5th, right? A one-pace improvement is not impossible, right? But there was no evidence, right, that they would be playing as well as they have, not 20 weeks into the season and only losing 1 game, right? Like, who would have freaking thought that was even possible, right? Nobody. If you would have asked even Julian, 20 weeks in, you only lost 1 game, he would have said, "Well, I wouldn't go that far," right? Like, right? This is beyond expectation. Right? This is beyond expectation.
Now even League Owner is saying that Arsenal are going to win, and he's the most pessimistic of all, right?
I still think that we'll improve on our points total from last season, right? Because the math is already saying that that's, going to happen.
I think that will happen.
Do I think it's even a lock? Because right now we're at a point where Newcastle and Manchester United could both finish top 4 with 82 points. Right? And if we have 76, 77, it's not even a guarantee that that's going to get top 4 this season. Right? With the points
Newcastle need to drop points, man. They are not dropping. I don't know what to do to them, bro. Like, they are just not losing any game for some reason, man. I can't lie.
No, we're gonna pass them.
Yeah.
We're gonna
Newcastle
I'm not too
has,
sure, bro.
Hold on. Newcastle has a front 3 that has hardly any quality in it all, right? Besides St. Maximum, and until Isaac kicks in, right? You're talking Joe Linton, Amaron, Willock, right? These are players that are iffy at best, right? So eventually, they and their manager, Howe, he's never been in a pressure point to fight for any type of top 4 position ever, right? So when the nuts side of the season comes, just like Arsenal, when the pressure gets hot, right? You'll start to see Newcastle crack, in my opinion. I think you'll see Man United start to crack, in my opinion.
Hopefully.
I think third is still up for grabs. I don't think Manchester United have a lock on it.
Bro. I think third is still up, yeah, bro. I think it is still up.
No.
Yeah,
I think it is already locked. United have got it, bro.
No,
This-
because
points are the
there's
same,
not
bro.
much difference. You can look at it. Look at the point.
39
difference.
points and 39 points.
Bro, our record against
We're
Big
3
Six,
points
Big
back.
Six
We're
is not
3
good,
points out of-
right?
So far, our record against the top 6 last season was great, right? So you can't. This is your future events that haven't happened yet, right? We know we can beat City. We did it twice last season.
No, but
right?
we won't beat Liverpool at Anfield,
we went
and
2-0
at home
up
we won't
against
be able
City.
to beat United.
Okay, listen. We could have easily beaten Liverpool, right? That second goal that they got to 1 was a fluke, right?
Yep.
Lloris error, right?
But that was at home, bro. Now at Anfield it will be even difficult. That's what I'm saying, isn't it?
What happened last year at Anfield with that kind of shitty squad? We actually had a draw, and we had players injured, in that game as well. But we still managed to get a draw. So why can't we pull up a victory then?
But last season we also drew at home. But this season
Liverpool
we
is
lost
playing so bad right now. They literally just lost 3-0 to Brighton, man.
Yep.
3-0 to Brighton.
Their home
We
record is
also
not
lost
good
to
as well.
Villa, 2-0 to Aston Villa.
You're right. But how many goals has Brighton? What's the most goals Brighton scored in a match this season?
I think 4 or 5.
I think
that's the one.
they must have
No, they
scored 3 or
had pretty
4,
good
maybe.
games.
Huh?
They have had pretty good games. Let me just check.
I think they scored 4 against United, no? 4-1.
No, they scored
They
4 against
scored
Everton.
4 against Everton.
4 against
Yeah.
Chelsea.
They
And they
against
scored
Chelsea, yeah.
3 against
True.
Liverpool twice.
Correct.
5
They
against
scored-
Leicester.
3 against Southampton.
Okay. So what I'm saying is they literally just beat Liverpool 3-0 at home, and they drew 3-3 with Liverpool at Anfield. Okay. We've already played Liverpool. What was that at home?
Yep, it was at home.
At home. And we barely got beat. Right? That was a game that could have gone either way. We had easily outplayed them in the second half. We were unlucky, right?
Yeah, but
Unlucky.
you can't use that logic because you know these teams are gonna turn up when a big derby comes along.
So why can't
But
we?
Liverpool Tottenham's not a big derby.
It is. What is
No,
it?
Why is that a big derby?
It's
a big
top six
game.
derby
What
in
are
a
you
way,
It's
lah.
a big
not a
game.
derby, no?
It's a-
Derby
it's a
means
big game for us.
location.
Derby is more of a location thing.
No,
It's
it's
not
a big
necessarily
game for
derby.
them
It's
too.
situation. Oh, Liverpool doesn't care about playing Tottenham.
Their rivals
Teams
are
do care.
Manchester
Teams do
United
care
and
about playing Tottenham.
Man City. That is their rivals. Manchester
Liverpool
United
will
and
show up
City.
for
They
United.
have-
We'll show up for Arsenal. And we'll show up for City, right? But
Yeah.
Tottenham is just
No, they'll show up for
we're a big
Tottenham, too.
sticks, but it's like we're a big six. It's a game, but it's just a game, right? It's a
No,
game
no,
they
no,
think they
yeah.
can win.
I'm telling you, Liverpool does not play us the same way they play against Brentford and Brighton and these kind of teams. It's not the same.
Well, they might respect us more, right? They might set up
Yeah,
differently. They might.
That's
but-
what I mean. They're gonna play more. Just like for example, Chelsea can be on a 6-game losing streak. The moment they see Tottenham, they always turn it around. That's why I never look
No.
at how Chelsea.
No, that's not
It is.
true.
What are you guys crazy?
Okay, maybe Chelsea,
Chelsea,
yes,
how
but
many
Liverpool no. Okay, Chelsea yes, but Liverpool no.
Liverpool, every single time they come up against us, they always have like a poor run of form, and then they come up against us, and then they turn up. They win. When was
that's
the
not
last
true, yeah.
time Tottenham beat?
That's not true.
It
actually.
is.
It's not true.
They do turn up. They turn up every time.
Last season they were having a really good run of games, but actually when they played us, that's when actually they slacked. They made more mistakes, and Jurgen Klopp admitted it. He made some really
remember he
stupid
cried and moaned because we sat back and blah blah blah. We stunk out the draw, this, that, and the other thing, right? But look,
and
all
they were
I'm
on a good
saying
run of
is,
games.
all I'm saying is yes, Liverpool can show up, right? They can, but the way that they're playing right now, man, I'd rather be playing them now than at the beginning of the season, right? where they were beating. Their first two results in Fulham and Crystal Palace didn't look that good. But now
Didn't they beat Newcastle? They are the only team to beat Newcastle this season. No other team did that.
They lost to United, right? That's not out of the question now.
Yeah.
Then they go and smash Bournemouth 9-0. They beat Newcastle 2-1. And then that's when the wheel started falling off the tracks for Liverpool. Was back in September, drawing to Everton, drawing to Brighton, losing to Arsenal. Then they go and beat Man City 1-0, right? Beat West Ham 1-0, lose to Nottingham Forest 1-0, right? Lose to Leeds, beat us barely, right? Then they go and they have a pretty good run. They beat Southampton, Aston Villa, and Leicester, and then they go and lose to Brentford 3-1 and Brighton 3-0.
And they're gonna. I guarantee if we would have faced Liverpool after losing to Brentford and Brighton, I guarantee they would have turned up.
But we didn't.
They didn't. They played Chelsea and they drew 0-0. And then you watched that game. That was the worst game in the history of games, dude. It looked like nobody was going to win that game.
It was so boring.
You couldn't give the game away.
Yeah. It was a tight game.
But don't you think, Will Stewart, that Liverpool will turn up in the second half? They will be different Liverpool. Because Liverpool are the kind of team, like they will go through these patches, but eventually they will become better. Don't you think so?
Yeah, I don't think they're going to finish 9th. Yeah, I hope.
Yeah.
I think they'll finish 5th or 6th.
They'll be in Europa League. I want them to actually go into Conference League.
But look, this is what Liverpool does. If people remember, right? They 80 points, 70 points, right? 90 points, 70 points, 80 points. That's what they do. They yo-yo. Right? The only reason why they got third 2 years ago was because they finished third with like 70 something points, 69 points.
Yeah. But that was a bad season.
Because nobody, you couldn't give the top 4 spot away that season, right? If you remember, it was us, right? This was the year we finished 7th, right? Us, Leicester
City as well.
West Ham.
Yeah.
Right? They were both in the top 4 all the way to like April. Then they slipped out and Liverpool was outside the top 4 and made it in the last 2 weeks. 2 wins in a row. The last 2 games, they barely scratched into.
They can do it this season as well, isn't it?
Oh man, no. It's a different league this year, dude. It's not a weak.
Yeah, it's different.
It's not a weak pansy top 8 this year. It's a competitive top 8.
What do you think about the League Cup? Who can win the League Cup?
I don't care. We're not in it.
Who cares?
But this is interesting, bro. Newcastle can actually lift it.
Nah.
I know, that's what I hate. I hope Newcastle doesn't win it.
Why?
Exactly. Me too.
Hell no.
I'll rather have United winning it than Newcastle winning it. I can't lie.
Okay,
No,
I'd rather have Newcastle winning it, so it actually gives a wake up call to our fans. I'd rather have
the wake up call. I don't want no goddamn wake up call. No. I don't want.
Bro, but Chelsea and Man City winning so many league titles already should have given the wake up call because we were bigger club than them for many years. So Newcastle is not going to change anything for our fans, bro.
When were we bigger club than Manchester United?
Streaming from both, Bryce.
Man City and Chelsea, I'm saying.
Oh, Man City, maybe yes, but we were never a bigger club than Manchester United, I think.
Never. No, but I'm saying all of a sudden they started winning, right, with their takeover from 2007. City. And then Chelsea from 2004, correct?
Yep.
So that time they should have got the wake-up call, our fans. They didn't get that. So, see, United are already better than us. So, even if they win extra League Cups and all, it's not going to impact on us. But Newcastle are behind us, so they better not win it. Correct?
Scenarios are a bit different. In 2004, you have an ownership that's there only for like 3 years, okay? And then you can't say that, okay, they are still, you can still give that sort of a chance. Like, okay, just 3 years, man. They're just building a project and all that. Okay, that's when you can still give them a chance. 2011, was it when first Man City won the league? When was it? 2011-12. You just won a trophy like 3 years ago, so it's still not that bad. But now it's been 15 years since you last won a trophy and your owners are already...
Bro, but you understand this. Our fans don't understand this. That's the problem.
So now is, I think, a bit more critical time compared to those timings still for them to realize that.
Bro,
okay,
I
these
want
owners are-
Newcastle to be behind us, man. I don't want Newcastle to go ahead of us. I'll rather have United extending the gap because we are anyways not catching them, right? So at least
Fine,
be
Nottingham
above those
Forest can
teams who
come out
are.
and beat Man United tomorrow. Like Man United is not squeaky clean either, dude. Like
Yeah.
yes, are Man United playing better right now under Ten Hag? Yes.
Yes.
Are they undefeatable? No. They're not.
But they have
playing
lost lesser
blazing-
number of games than us.
Huh?
But they have lost lesser number of games than us.
Okay.
Who?
Manchester United this season.
Okay.
Well, they're
They
just
play
3
better.
points ahead of us. That's what
Not
it
a lot
matters.
less than us.
No, but they play better
Yeah.
than us. That's the point.
They've lost 2 less games than us. That's it.
It's just
And they beat us at
less-
Old Trafford.
They smashed us at Old
Okay.
Trafford.
Smashed us, yeah.
And you also have to figure out. You also have to take into consideration how bad United started and how great we started. So right now, like
Exactly.
remember, we started
Okay.
off
So
amazing. and they started
we're even. We had a great 10. They've had a great last 10.
Yeah, and they're heading upwards on a trajectory. We're not. So from my understanding, or from my I can make the assumption that the gap is going to extend.
They've won one more game than us in the last 5.
Oh yeah.
In the how many games did we win in the last 5? In the last 5 league games,
2.
and they won 3.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
What was their
they
last
drew
5?
against
I can't
Palace.
even
They lost to Arsenal.
They lost to Arsenal,
they
yes.
barely beat Wolves 1-0. They beat Bournemouth, which we had no problem beating as well. They beat Man City 2-1. They drew with Crystal Palace, who we smashed 4-0.
Yep.
Right.
Mm.
And they lost to Arsenal 3-2, who we lost to 2-0.
Yeah,
But
that's
we
in the
lost
last
both the
5.
legs against Arsenal. They lost only one and they beat them at home.
Okay.
Yeah,
That
so
was-
that proves
that
that
was
they
months
turn up
ago, man.
against. Yeah, that
I'm
was.
talking about current form. Current form now.
Mm.
Yeah, they still have a better form than us. So I can make the assumption that the gap is going to
Yeah,
extend.
they have. You can make a abductive argument that it's likely that it will extend.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. They're in a much better situation than us.
Yeah, 3 wins. Our 2 wins.
We've lost to
in last
Arsenal, we
5.
lost to City, and we lost to Aston Villa. Aston Villa is the only team, right, bar Liverpool because they're in 9th right now, that we've
Yeah.
lost to that isn't in the top 4.
Yeah, fine,
Okay.
granted.
So I mean, how many
They're
teams?
still better than us this year.
United lost to.
And they haven't lost a single game to that team recently who are outside top 4. So that is better than losing somebody like to somebody like Aston Villa, isn't it?
We didn't lose to anybody else. I thought for at the beginning of the season, right? So it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that we can't. If you remember last season, we did this last season around this exact same time. Win one, lose
Yeah.
one. Win one, lose one. Win one, lose one. Win one, lose one. All right, it was like 10, we lost to
lost.
Burnley, right?
Yep.
And then we ended up
Yeah.
winning what 12 out of our last 14.
Something
Yeah,
like
that's not
that.
happening. That's not happening.
But
this year.
will. It is
It
contextual.
can,
though.
it can happen. Why can't
No.
it? I mean, the odds are there still.
Same
Will.
squad.
No, will.
Nah, it's
Listen.
not gonna happen. Come
You
on.
get
It is
Kulusevski,
contextual.
Sun turns on. Hold on. Sun turns on. Kulu turns on. No reason why we can't.
You get Pedro Porro.
We're
if he
halfway
turns
through
up.
the season. Sun hasn't turned it on yet. In 19
We won't
games,
sign
Harry
Pedro
Kane
Porro,
didn't
bro.
turn on.
Let me
Hold
tell
on.
you something. Yeah.
Hold on.
same thing.
Harry Kane didn't turn on until the 22nd game week. 22nd game week of last year. 2 goals
I was
by the
gonna say
22nd week. 2.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is just because it happened last year, we can't you can't say that it's gonna happen again this year.
Exactly.
What happened? But what happened last year was such an anomaly.
Will.
Why was
It's
it
not
an
gonna
anomaly?
happen.
When Conte first came in, we went 10 games undefeated, right? Then we went through this patch where we won one, lost one. Then we lost 3 in a row in the league, right? Lost to Chelsea 3 times in 14 days, right? And then
Yep.
in February, right? It was February 2nd. And it really wasn't even until February 22nd that we really started to kick on. From then to the end of the season, our last 14 games, we won 12.
Yeah, because we got a big boost from like Bentancur and Kulusevski. It's gone
And
stale.
those
man.
kind of
It's
signings
been
we are not
stale.
getting this season.
We're not
Exactly.
We
getting
have
this
those.
season.
Hold on. We have those same players who are now fit, who weren't fit for us consistently, right? Kuz only started 5
But
games.
other
before
teams
this-
have also improved, bro.
Hold on.
United have also improved.
Who did they buy? Who did United buy this window?
Yeah, this window only Vegas, but in the summer they improved a lot.
In the
Okay,
summer, we
so did
also
we.
bought a lot. Yeah.
They
No, we
improved
did
the
not.
same amount that we did.
No. Our
Not
new
really.
signings
We
don't
didn't-
get into the starting 11. Their new signings get into their starting 11. That's a big difference. Martinez, Casemiro, Anthony. These three get into their
Perisic
starting
got
11.
into
Well,
our starting 11.
Only
Martinez
one.
has been on bench recently. Luke Shaw has been playing the
Yeah.
season.
No,
Luke Shaw's been
he
playing
started
center
against
back.
Arsenal. He started against Arsenal.
Did he?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he
did.
did. He did.
He had an
did,
excellent
did.
performance as well. He scored a goal,
Luke
no? He
Shaw-
scored the second goal.
Luke Shaw's on form. No. I think Lissandro Martinez scored the second goal.
Anthony
They're on
hasn't been
form.
good for him.
Yeah,
Who
Casemiro
else?
has been good.
Casemiro's been great.
Casemiro.
Ericsson's
But
been
he's-
decent.
Exceptional.
he's missing some games
Eriksen
as
has
well.
been
Yeah,
decent, yes.
he'll be missing
Marcus
one or
Rashford.
two
Marcus
games more.
Rashford's on top
See,
form too.
that's the
Marcus Rashford.
key, right? Marcus Rashford's been playing out of his boots, and Bruno Fernandes is having, even though he stunk it up last year, he's having a great season this year. That's it.
Yeah, true.
That's the big difference right there, right? They're still on the right wing. They're weaker. Their striker is non-existent.
But
Right,
our
like,
defense
they
is
need
non-existent,
to-
bro.
They need to sign
And
a
Levy
striker
won't
this
buy center backs. We need
window.
center backs, Will. Center backs.
I agree. But the thing is that our center backs can pull their head out of their ass for 12 games. They've done it multiple
No.
times.
Bro,
Yes,
but
they
they
can.
do it for
They've done
different
it.
managers.
They did it
Once
twice
they have
last
already done it for
season.
Conte, so
No, they
their
did-
quota is already over,
Listen,
bro.
we're
They
talking
did
about
it for Conte last season, bro.
twice.
No,
last
but their
season.
quota is now over. They do it for one manager. For 10-15 games, they will be good. For every manager. For Poch, for
There's
Joseph,
no
for Conte. But
reason why they
after that-
can't do it again.
there is. Because they have
No,
not
It's
got
there's
that,
not.
it's
City,
that,
bro.
Nah, I'm telling you, it's that new manager bounce that they got. That thing is gone.
Exactly.
Now. It's that-
If we change the
bounce-
manager, they may.
New manager
Will.
bounce. New manager bounce
Will.
isn't three quarters of a season.
See, if we change the
New
manager right now,
bounce
they may.
is like 2 or 3 months.
Listen, I'm just
Not
choosing to
all of the not 22 games of last season and the first 10 of this. That's not a new manager bounce. We're in a slump right now. Yes, we're in a slump right now because of circumstances. During the time that we've had this downturn, there's been key injuries to our squad. Right, Matt Doherty never came back fit. We've had to start Emerson. Kulusevski's been out. Bentancur's been out. Who else has been out? Son hasn't kicked on yet this season.
Romero has injuries. in the
Romero
first
was
half.
injured.
What do you
and
think
out.
of Son's poor form? Will?
He just needs
He
to
can't
get on.
finish.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. He's not finishing this year.
What do you think can be the reason? Is it down to the manager or is it down to his confidence?
No,
What
he's
do you
taking the same
think?
amount of shots. He's actually taking more shots this season than he did last year. I couldn't tell you the quality or difficulty of the shots. I mean, I probably could if I dug deep enough into the XG, but his all-around other parts of the performance are no better or worse than they were any other time.
Yeah. How many
It's just the
assists
fact that
has he
can't
got?
finish. 2,
I think he has
3,
two,
3
I
now.
think.
It's 3 now.
Three? Oh, three.
Let me
3
check.
assists, 4 goals.
Yeah,
So
3
it's
assists, 4
average.
goals.
It's not too bad. It's just below average. It's not poor.
I think Kane was worse last season at this point of time.
No.
Yes.
By January he was better, bro.
No,
By
by
January, he
January,
was
in
better.
January, I think he scored 4 goals in January.
No,
But
but
you
he
have
had
to remember
assists.
this-
No? He had.
The season was weird last season. No, he had his assists came in February.
Okay.
Yeah. So Son has
He had
4
2
goals and
by
2
game week. By game week 18, he had 2 goals. Kane had 2 goals, 2 assists, and then he scored 4 goals, I think, in the month of January under Conte, and then it was in February where he kicked on. So he had I want to say he had 5 or 6 goals by this time, end of January. and then in February he kicked on and he scored like I think he
Will.
scored like 6 or 7 in February. But
Well, one question.
you always have one question. Go for it.
Yeah. I mean, one question right now. Overall, many questions. How many players do you think this team will need in the starting 11 to be, as vintage like Antonio Conte's Inter Milan
Minimum
or Antonio
starting
Conte's
11.
Juventus? Like,
So
Yeah,
for
starting
just
11.
starting 11, I would say to play, to have his Chelsea.
3.
3.
3, I think more, bro.
I think more than that, to be
So
honest.
just starting 11. We're not talking about depth.
Okay.
Just starting 11.
Starting 11, which positions?
Kane, Kulusevski, right? In midfield, you've got Højbjerg, Bentancur. Okay.
Okay.
Left wing back, you have Perisic, right? You
I think we
left
need
center
better than
back.
Perisic, no?
No, I think he's fine.
No.
Left
no,
center
I think-
back. I think if we had a better left center back, Perisic wouldn't have to get back near as much as he does. Wouldn't have to defend near as much as he
Okay.
does.
So that's
True,
one we
true.
need.
Left center back, right wing back.
Okay.
That's it.
3.
That's
The
it.
goalie, too. The goalie
Goalkeeper.
shit.
Right. I think goalkeeper as
Bro,
well.
this is addressable in one window, right?
If I get an extra Christmas
Yeah,
present
yeah,
or a little
okay,
happy
yeah.
ending on a massage, then give me a goalkeeper.
Goalkeeper.
Yeah,
Yeah.
4.
4.
Exactly, 4.
The midfield,
Isn't this
too.
addressable in one window?
Højbjerg's poor, man.
I just think that no, Højbjerg's not poor. He's not as bad as people think.
I'm fed up with Højbjerg, man. He's not, man.
He's not
good on
flashy,
the
dude,
ball.
but
He's scoring goals, but his overall midfield play has not been good enough. Like what the midfielder has to do. What
Yeah,
that
he-
kind
he
of.
ma-
what
I'm
a
telling
defensive
you, he-
midfielder has to do, he's been really good at.
I don't think his
masquerades
interceptions are
performance
that good,
with one
bro.
goal.
He doesn't
No,
shield
I'm
his
not
back foot
talking
good
about
enough.
his goals and assists. I'm talking about his defensive midfield play, right? I'm talking about defensive
But I don't-
midfield play.
Okay, but maybe defensive, like his interceptions. Decent,
I don't
but I'm
think he's
talking
press
about
resistant,
his
Will Stewart.
ability- Yeah, his ability to progress the ball. Up the
I'm not
pitch is
talking
poor.
about That's from a defensive midfielder position.
He's a
in
box to box.
3-4-2.
Though. He's a box to box.
He's not box to box.
No, he's not.
He's holding mid.
We
He's
have
not
to-
box to box. But he's not press
He'll
resistant.
He'll
That's
get
what I
high
know.
sometimes, but no, I mean he's a Granit Xhaka all day long.
He has the same role as Bentancur. They both go up and down the pitch.
No,
No,
Bentancur
Bentancur is more
central
of the. So they both play an 8/6 role, right? But Bentancur is, if you watch in the defensive phase of the game, Bentancur is the one who steps into the front line to press, whereas Højbjerg holds.
Yeah.
So that means, and then when you look in transition, Bentancur is the one who is his average is a higher position up the pitch, right? Højbjerg usually drops into. Like, there were some times when Højbjerg was playing left center back today. Højbjerg drops into the back line and he sits in front of the back line to. So Conte runs this thing called the third man transition. So basically, the ball comes in to the defensive mid or Højbjerg. Højbjerg plays it back to a center back, and then that center back hits a wing back who's making a run, right? So it's center, back, wide. Then it comes center to either Kulusevski or Son, then goes into Kane, back to either Bentancur or Son or Kulusevski, then wide, right? That's how he does it. He does this. It's the third man, so it's like a 1-2, but it's 3 people instead of 2 people, right? So it's an off the ball run. It's pass, wide, off the ball run. That's what he does. It's called the third man transition. He does it all the time.
Scott,
Passes a play.
are you
If you
serious?
watch the passes of play, the pass maps, that's the way it works, right? But anyway, so
Scott,
And who will be those players for you? If we say like 4 players you said we need, who will be those players for you? For Tottenham standards, for Daniel Levy standards. Not the unrealistic.
Daniel
names.
Levy
You're not giving me a
standards
whole
would be very
Daniel
low.
Levy standards.
Yeah.
The 12-year-old at the playground that costs $5.
My
Some player
God.
from Malaysia League.
Right, like what? Like I don't know, man. Who should we get in that? Look, I think Porro can be a quality player, dude. I really do.
Why don't we just pay the release clause? Just go and get him.
Well,
it's not too much. 36 million pounds.
Hold on, it looks like we might just be doing that, right? So, look, if we don't get at least one signing, if we don't sign nobody this window,
I don't think we get top 4 then.
Just chuck it out the window, bro. Chuck it out the window. But even if we were to get Pedro Porro in, I think, will that get us up to where we can make up ground on Man City in second? No. Can we then compete for third and fourth? Yes, I think we can. If we were to get like Gvardiol, right? Or Gvardiol would be the best on that left-hand side.
Yeah, he's too expensive though. He's too expensive.
He's a bit of a
he's too expensive now, but once his contract gets wound down, he'll become a more reasonable price. That's the problem though, is that other people come in and get him when his price come down reasonable. Chelsea will go by. But, and then you have even like a Skriniar or even Indica, right? You could go out and get Indica right now for probably £20 million.
Hincapi, what do you think of Hincapi? Hincapi.
Right.
Pau
Not
Torres?
bad, but like I don't think Hincapi's any better than Longley.
Pau Torres?
No. Pau Torres in the system doesn't work. No. And he's got a huge attitude problem, dude. He's like that Koundé dude. He's a douchebag, dude.
What about Joachim Anderson?
I really like him, but I don't think Crystal Palace will let him go.
They're definitely not letting him go in January.
We are bigger club than them, bro. We can bully them into. What about James Collins? Do you like him? Collins? Collins. Wolves.
I don't know that much about him.
He's a good player. Whenever I see him play, like he looks decent to me. I can't lie.
But
he's all right.
And we really. So now, if we're taking who in our 22-man squad do we need? Right, not 25, but 22.
I think we can get Alt Nouri, no? Alt Nouri from Wolves over Perisic. What do you think? Alt Nouri.
Well, if we're gonna go right wing back to play over there, I'd go get Robinson from Fulham. That would be an easy buy.
Yeah.
He's not good enough going forward though.
Yeah, he's way better than Sessegnon or Sessegnon is.
Porro is good. Porro.
It's not worth to that kind of upgrade. It's not really worth it, in my opinion.
Just swap him back.
Not gonna really make much.
I'll take Pedro Porro over him, Robinson. That's what I think.
Yeah, Pedro Porro is a way more expensive player than Robinson. But
Pedro Porro's on the right though. Robinson's left.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If we're gonna replace somebody over on the left, because he was talking about Perisic, right? Then I would get, if you're going to go replace Sessegnon, if you're going to have a backup to Perisic, right, I would go get somebody like, if you're talking 22-man squad, I would go get somebody like Robinson on the left, somebody who can play, who can get forward, who can put balls into the box, who can take men on. Robinson was man of the match today for Fulham. Wasn't a better player on the Fulham team today than Robinson.
Yeah,
I mean, he was running Emerson Royal ragged, dribble past him twice.
Do you watch La Liga?
Do I watch La Liga? Not very often anymore. Who's there?
How good is Camavinga? Is he good?
I don't know. Like what? Who's in La Liga now? Why would you watch La Liga? What players are you watching?
I watch Pedri, Gavi, Barcelona.
Yeah, but I mean, who does Barcelona have that's like, man, I gotta watch them?
They've got some good young players, bro. Fati, Pedri, Gavi.
Yeah, but it's
some really good young players.
Yeah, but like,
Pedri's a bola, man.
So you have Barcelona, who flopped out of the Europa League this year, right?
They are in. They are playing United.
They're playing United. They flopped out of the Champions League.
They can win Europa League actually. Yeah, they flopped out of Champions League. Correct.
Okay. And then you have Real Madrid.
Federico Valverde, good player.
Yeah, so you got Robo just got some young good talent up front, but it's like you in the past I watched La Liga because
Vinicius,
I wanted
bro.
to see
Vinicius, man.
Yeah, Vinicius Jr. Yeah, but I mean he's not for right now, at least now, he's no Ronaldo. He's no Gareth Bale. He's no Sergio Ramos. He's no right. Like the reason people watched La Liga was for those types of names, right? Because other than that,
Benzema.
yeah, but Benzema's like 90 years old. You know, he's probably going to be retiring this year. After this year, I think he's out of contract in the summer.
Hmm.
He's still a top player though.
Yeah, he's a great player, but like he's not. You're not gonna just watch a whole league because of Benzema. I watch more Serie A right now than I watch the league right now. Look, I'm telling you, La Liga just bores the fuck out of me, dude.
No, there's Lewandowski.
Style of play is good in La Liga. Style of play is good in La Liga.
Is it though? Really anymore?
No, they're still
Is
good.
it though?
Man.
Real Betis play good football. Real Betis play good football.
Well, yeah, but that's the thing, dude. Like I'm telling you right now, the whole power dynamic in La Liga is shifting. You got Sevilla's in like 15th right now in the league. Right? You've got Villarreal, who was like 10th, is now 4th.
Right?
Like,
time, no, it's going through a tough time right
boring
now.
Balls right now. Like I'd rather watch the Bundesliga than the Liga right now.
Bundesliga shit.
To be honest with you, right now, man, I don't have a whole lot of time right now in my life to be watching a bunch of fucking different leagues. I watch the Premier League. I watch Serie A. I watch 2 different teams in Serie A. I watch the team that Gianluca Busio plays in, and then Juventus.
You don't watch Napoli?
Yeah.
Huh? No,
you don't watch Napoli? They're the best team right now.
If they play, can't remember the.
They have got one Georgian guy, man. He can be a long-term replacement for Son. Kvaratskhelia. We should get him somehow.
Yeah, he's too expensive though. You know Napoli's gonna charge like 150 for him.
My God, jeez.
You know Napoli's one of the hardest teams to. They're one of the hardest teams to negotiate with.
150.
Bro,
we could have got Kim Min Jae, you know. We didn't get him. We could have got him. We were linked to him.
Yeah, I like.
Well, we could have done that if people would have listened to me, but they didn't.
Victor Osimhen, he's like the perfect striker for a Kane replacement. I like Victor Osimhen. He's a top player. He's killing the league right now. You know, but like, okay, I guess we should probably get back to the Premier League, but yeah, like
Will, I have to leave. Okay.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, thank you for the time, guys.
No problem.
Yeah.
Oh, is that so? Okay. Goodbye, guys.
Yeah. Later.
Bye, bro. Bye.
Big up, Bomb. I finally got a jet. That's great. Appreciate it.
What is jit?
Will jit. Yeah. But we can take this down now. That's pretty much it for the day. We got a break now until what? February 3rd.
No, we got a game at FA Cup, right? Next week? Yeah.
I mean, in the league, we got a break until
February. I know that for sure.
Yeah, it's like February 3rd. I want to say.
Our next game is on 6 February, Man City.
5 February.
Sorry, mine is 6 February. Just 30 minutes shy.
Sunday, the 5th of February, 2023. We have
Man City.
And then after Man City, we don't have another tough game really till Chelsea at the end of February. And then no tough games at all until we play Newcastle on the 22nd of April. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games in a row that we shouldn't that we should get all 3 points from.
Yeah,
You know that's not gonna happen. You know that's not gonna happen.
No, it can happen. We did it last year, and in fact, bar Chelsea. At the end of February, we should literally, even if we lose to Man City, right? We should beat Leicester. We should beat West Ham. We should beat Chelsea. To be honest with you, now at home, we should beat Wolves. We should beat Nottingham Forest. We should beat Southampton. We should beat Everton. We should beat Brighton. We should beat Bournemouth, Newcastle. We could literally be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 times 3 is 27. We should be sitting pretty, dude, at 60 plus points, man, by come April.
Yeah, man, have some faith.
You know?
You know Tottenham's gonna create. They're gonna create tough games, man.
I mean, they will.
Hey, it doesn't matter if it's tough games, but we could literally be in 66 points by April, 63 points. But no, we're
I
not.
just want an FA Cup run. That's all
We can't.
That's all I care.
And then after, so we got 3 tough games in a row in April. April's our toughest month. We've got Newcastle, United, Liverpool, back to back, right? But then from
Newcastle,
April,
United, Liverpool.
yep, and then in the butt nuts of the season, we finish off with Crystal Palace, Aston Villa, Brentford, and Leeds. So
that's a good end to the season. That's key.
It's another 12 points. Key. They're not easy matches, right? We can lose to all of those teams on a bad day. But
let me ask you a question. Would you rather take an FA Cup or top 4 finish?
FA Cup.
Of course,
FA
anytime
Cup.
trophy.
Not
I mean,
anytime.
Levy would prefer top 4.
I'd take top 4 over League Cup.
Yeah.
No, I'm taking a League Cup.
No lie. I think
You're only saying that because we haven't had one in so long, right? Like if we had won 3 League Cups, if we had won the last 3 League Cups, and you had to put League Cup against top 4, right? Same situation with top 4. We've been in and out of it, right? We've won 3 League Cups. What would you take, top 4 or League Cup? You're gonna take top 4, right? Like for me, the League Cup
it depends on the team. Like for example, if I'm guaranteed, if you ask Arsenal fans, like, what would you take, a champion top 4 or a FA Cup? They'll probably go for top 4 because they never got top 4 in the last 10 years, right? So
7.
I mean,
7 years,
it obviously depends. Yeah, so it depends. But that's why I don't want
Last time they got top. Last time they got Champions League.
When was the last time Newcastle won a trophy?
They haven't won a trophy since 1955. Yeah, longer drought than us, dude.
Sheesh. Yeah, I can't have them breaking it.
Why?
I
don't like United, dude. I don't like United, and I don't like United fans. I don't. United fans, at least all the YouTubers, are all pricks, dude. Terry, that goofy guy with the mustache. What's his name? The white guy.
Goldbridge?
No. You know what I'm talking about. Abdul.
The goofy guy.
Yeah, the Manchester United guy talks like this. He's always talking like a prick. He always rah, rah, rah. Thinks he's a gangster white guy. Yo, yo, yo. You know what I'm talking about? He goes on the football terrace all the fucking time.
I haven't been on the football terrace in a while.
I know, but he's on there all the fucking time. Somebody in the chat, help me out. There's only 40 people watching.
I don't watch football terrace.
But he's got like a green screen with like himself in a room. He's like, meow, 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 meow. You know, it's so fucking
I can't really remember. Damn, it's been a while.
You're gonna make me go look it up now. Looks like.
I mean, listen. I have a feeling that's the next team Kane's going to.
It's always on like on the Big
That's
Six
Harry
show.
Kane's new team. I can see it already. I can see it right now. That's Harry Kane's next team. It's Man United.
What guy's name?
Likely.
Yeah, I feel like that's his next team.
But I think if you want to win trophies,
It's not Mark Goldbridge. That guy's big. I'm talking about one of the little guys that he has on the Big Six show. One of Terry's.
One of Terry's.
He just did 3 days ago. He clipped
sorry, what were you
he clipped Dan again, cussing out something, and then he's like, "Spurs are a clown club. Stop supporting Spurs." Yeah.
oh,
Who, Dan THFC?
No. Terry said that up to Dan. Told him to stop supporting Spurs. They're a clown club.
Man, Terry's an
What is
Arsenal
this,
fan now.
dude? It's bad, dude. What's this freaking guy's name? I don't know. It don't matter. You know what I'm talking about. You'll see it if you go watch the TFT, and you'll see there's a white guy. He's got like a red beard. He's a Man United fan. He's got like a fake green screen, tiny little square room that he's in, and he's a white guy that tries to act hip hop, and he's from England, which doesn't make sense at all. So I don't get that. Like he's the Manchester United Ali G.
Okay, yeah, basically.
All right. And he's gonna. I don't care if he sees this because he's a douchebag tool. But it is what it is. But where are people going to find you, Elias? Where are you streaming next? What are you doing? Where are you going to be? Where can the people find you if they want to see you?
okay. So I've just recently started my own channel. I haven't posted a video on it yet. The video will be out tomorrow or by Thursday.
네, 아직도 안 차요.
Sorry?
하라고요. Sorry, I was just answering his question.
Okay. So the video will be out by Thursday, and then after that, I'll be planning some streams. I'll be doing some short interviews from some fans across the globe. I've just recently gotten in touch with Turkey Spurs and Gambia Spurs and some of the fans from that part of the world, listening their perspective and their feedback and stuff like that. Will be out during just before the transfer window. So you can find me at Step Up Spurs, and my Instagram would be same name as well. Instagram, Twitter, all across same. Yep.
So at Step Up Spurs, big up Elias, Mr. Abdul Kareem. Where can people find you at? Where will you be? What are you doing?
To be honest, I've been pretty distanced myself from like the footballing world. I've just been busy from personal life, but yeah, just Abdul Kareem _15 on Twitter. You know, just talking shit, just doing what I'm trolling, just doing what I love to do. Pretty much.
Just pissing people off, getting cussed out, being patronizing.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and make
I don't think I'm being patronizing because I'm really not that nice to people. Isn't patronization like where you're nice? You're pretending to be nice to somebody, but you're really showing, talking down to them.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
I'm not very nice, so it's not really patronizing. I'm just being a dick.
Billy, can you please stop on that, please? The Eric Dyer fan club.
Eric Dyer fan club. But yeah, everybody go follow Abdul on Twitter. Big him up, all that stuff. He's on the football terrace sometimes, not a lot. We need your voice back on there because Terry's been talking shit too much and nobody questions him. Although there's been a couple times recently, and I'll look, Patrick. I don't know if he doesn't like me or not. Sometimes I get disliked because of my association with others. I don't remember ever calling Patrick out personally. I know some people have. But Patrick lately has stood his ground, and big up for Patrick, man, because they all just dogpile his ass over there on TFT sometimes. So I feel bad. It's easy to give in, because they're too scared to have me on. Too scared.
Who is too
I would
scared to
pull
have you on?
teeth. Terry, he won't have me on.
Oh, okay.
No, couple reasons. I said he bullied me on Twitter. Right. I was half joking and half serious.
Oh yeah, I seen that.
Because he was saying that Stell was bullying him, right? So I was half joking, half serious, right? Because he has got like Terry has like 100K followers on Twitter or something like that, or 90,000 people. I don't know, a lot, like way more than me.
He's famous.
I got like 1,000. Right? He's a blue tick. I'm not, right?
We should do a stream.
Instead of us having a debate, right, like a back and forth debate, he just retweets what I said, right, and then mocks it. Okay, so the only reason I'll retweet people's tweets sometime and mock it, but the only time I do that is when they're racists, xenophobes, right, bigots,
homophobes.
Right? Yeah, bigots, homophobes, whatever they are. Because I want to get those type of horrible people off Twitter. But Kareem, Abdul, how many times have you ever seen me retweet a person's footballing opinion and make fun of them?
No, I wouldn't say that happens too often, to be honest.
No, it's only when they make a yank comment or they make, that's the only time that I retweet and I belittle people on Twitter. I'll argue with people and call them names like you idiot, you dumb, you're stupid, blah, 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 right? That's usually just when I get fed up talking to a guy for about an hour and a half and he's calling me all the names in the book and I'm like, okay, moron, like I'm done, right? You get a brain. I don't retweet their footballing opinions and mock people. I do that to bigots. I do that to racists. I do it to any form of bigot. Xenophobes, homophobes. I would do it to transphobes. I would do it, because I just don't like bigoted people. I don't. I'm not a fan of bigots. But yeah. I mean, may I have in the past done it? I don't know. I could have, right? Like if you were to go search my tweets, you might find an instance of me doing it.
Once in a blue moon.
But yeah, it's not a common thing, right? So when he does it, right, and then look at this idiot, blah 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 blah, right? That's a bully, and then trying to get his 90,000 Twitter followers to fill my mentions with, right? Look at this Spurs fan, blah 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 blah, right? So half serious, half joking. I said, "You're being a bully, dude." Right? Instead of having an actual debate with me, you're just decided to bully me.
Let's do a debate one day what bullying actually is. People need to know that.
Yeah, cyberbullying. But it's different because he's in a position of power and I'm not, right? Like even if I were to like, I don't know, Kareem, I don't know how many, Abdul, I don't know how many, I keep wanting to call you Kareem. I mean, that is your name. It's just not your first name.
I mean, you can call it, in a sense.
How many followers you got on Twitter?
What did you say? Sorry, I got my internet.
How many followers you got on Twitter?
Not a lot, maybe like 100. Honestly, not a lot.
All right, so 100. The scale between 100 and 1,000 is not a whole lot, right? Like if I'm gonna bully you on Twitter, I might be able to get, because like the average amount of likes and views that I get on a normal tweet is, let's look here. All right, so let's look at my last couple of tweets. All right, so on a good day, I'll get 139 people to look at this stream right now. It's only 139 people seeing it. I made a Conte tweet the other day, got 10 hearts and 338 views. 717 on another one. So like if I get like a viral post where I get people cussing at me and stuff, I might get, let's see, what's the highest one I've had recently? That's Marcel's tweets. That's not mine. I just retweeted it. So the one that I had that were like where I put up a graphic of Conte versus Poch and their points, we got 13,000 people that saw that tweet. We got 155 likes and 20 comments, right? So that's like a viral tweet for me, right? 13K. But my average tweet response is between 800 and 300 views, right? Not even interactions, but just views, Thank you very much for the super sticker. 감사합니다. We have so I don't have a whole lot of bully power, right, on Twitter.
Yeah.
But Terry is a troll on Twitter, right? And so let's look at Terry's last tweet if he doesn't have me blocked.
Terry Fleurs, is it?
Yeah. Terry Fleurs. He might have me blocked.
Let me check.
No, I'm not blocked. He has 100,000 followers, and his last tweet got 3,000 hearts. I can't see how many views. Right. Here we go. So his average post is 16,000 views. My average, with some being up to 40,000. So his average is my viral. Right. And then like his viral gets like 500K. Okay. So if he retweets my tweet out to mock me rather than have a debate, right? Like respond to me. Is that not slightly bullying? I think it is.
Yeah.
Right. To publicly shame me for my footballing opinion, is that not a form of bullying?
I mean, yeah, you can say that's bullying, but like, I mean, you can make.
Am I heartbroken about it? Am I going in my room and crying because Terry was talking on Twitter? No, right?
But
I'm not, because I immediately responded with like, "Okay, bully," right? Bully, instead of arguing, because I was having the debate, right? I was trying to make points, and him, rather than answer the points, decided to retweet and mock me, right? So my response to that was, "Okay, you're being a bully. That's fine. Right? Be a bully about it."
I mean,
So,
come on,
I was serious. Like there's logic to it, but I wasn't. Right. I wasn't.
No, I think it would have been considered bullying if he like literally directed a bunch of his followers to attack you.
He did.
But
He
if
said,
he's just
"Look at
retweeting-
this." It was like, "Look at this idiot," or something like that. Right.
Do you have a tweet actually?
Yeah, but that's the same. That's like the same as like if you was to do it to like another Twitter account with like 20 followers. You have like 1,000. They have like 20. It's
Yeah. I agree.
It's like
but
the
I
same-
don't do that over football opinions, especially not debates. Right. The only time I do that, like I do that. I do retweet to shame. Right? And he said, first he said, 고생 많이 우리 선이 욕하지 마세요. 우리 선이는 사랑해 주세요. 그래서 슈퍼챗은 해줘서 감사합니다. He says, we have all suffered a lot, and show Sonny some love, right? Don't cuss him out. Don't cuss him out. For all the people out there.
In the love of Sunny, I'm having japchae.
There you go, 잡채. 잡채 먹고 있습니다. 저도 배고프니까 이제 마무리 해가지고 다음에 봅시다. All right, folks at home, I think we're done on the day. The last hour of my streams always turn into a big jumble of nothing anyway, so don't watch them. Serious, Elias, you have no idea, dude. We've talked about all kinds of crazy shit for the last hour, 2 hours of my streams, especially the ones that go past 3 hours. I'm gonna tell you what, I get punch drunk, not literally drunk, because I actually haven't had a drink in months, right? Because I'm trying to lose weight, but after about 2 hours of streaming, dude, I just get loopy. It's because you're sitting here, my back starts to hurt. I get tired, especially when it's holy shit, 2 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah.
What time is there now?
2 a.m., bro.
Oh, okay. It's 2 p.m.
2
here.
a.m. for me, yeah.
2 a.m.
I gotta wake up,
Yeah,
I
I gotta go
wake
to
up in
sleep
a couple
too.
of hours, man.
And it's gonna
Gotta
take
go
me
to
like an
work.
hour to go to sleep, man. Because not only gotta shut everything down in this room here, although it's kind of push button it turns off. But it takes me a while. I have to like unwind before I can fall asleep. Although I got some blackout curtains for my room. This helps a little bit. I'm telling you, I don't know what it is about my old. I don't know if it's old age or something, man. But like I have to sleep in sleeping mask, dude. Like if I see even a creep of light coming through the door, I can't go to sleep, man. I don't know
No,
why.
it's not old age. Even I feel it.
I didn't used to be like that, dude. I could sleep midday in full sunlight. I'm serious. But now I can't. I can't do that. Can't do it no more, fortunately. But big up. Thank you, James. I know some people do like the just the ranting of nothing.
Last hour.
Some people moan about it, but you know what?
No, actually, I like it as well because
It's our
just
show.
kinda
Screw
chill a
them.
bit.
But
It's super chill.
Super chill. Just hang out. Sometimes we talk about food. We talk about working out. Talk about watches. What are some of the other weird topics we talk about?
Tattoos.
Tattoos on the ass.
We talked about crime rates.
Crime rates.
Anything, literally anything.
Bullies.
Politics. I don't think we've had any.
Just...
We've never gotten into any religion topics before, but we'll go steer clear from that one.
A bit sensitive in certain countries.
But other than that, we've never gotten like super political. We've like skimmed around it. Like there was one time when we got in a debate about Donald Trump. Did he say drink bleach or not? That's not really political. Though.
Yeah, like the most political we get is talking about like the American gun laws or the lack thereof.
We did have a conversation about American gun laws once. That's true. I remember,
yeah.
A couple streams ago.
A
couple streams ago when we got a little bit interreligious because like it was just making me mad that everybody was.
Oh yeah. I think the previous
talking about
oil money, and all that.
Yeah, all the oil money just immediately just like blasting, any Arab owner for simply just as like some being morally corrupted. But it's just dumb. It's a dumb argument. I don't like it.
Yeah.
I'm not Muslim. I just don't like people doing that type of thing. I just don't like straw man crappy arguments,
Did we just offend him with something?
No, he left so quick. Just kidding. Battery died or something.
Just kidding.
On his phone. But yeah, but that's it. We don't get totally crazy political poppy talky or anything like that. But we always talk about something fun at some point.
Yep. Okay.
Anyway, big you guys up. 3 p.m. Eugene says, "Don't you dare come on, Eugene. Only so much. The sun's garbage. Drop sun, sell sun. No, and no. When we'll be on next? When is the FA Cup match?
Next, what? Sorry, Tottenham versus Preston would be on Sunday, 29 January, 2 a.m. my time.
We won't be doing a show. We will not be doing. Huh?
Next Monday, so it will be next Monday for us.
Monday.
Yeah. The FA Cup show. Do you do a show?
Saturday. Saturday, 1 p.m. So it'd be Saturday night. We will not be doing a show Saturday night for Preston. I will be out of town. The next time we will see you guys will be after the Man City match. Like, subscribe, do all that crap. Please do. It does help support the channel. If you're still watching this 3 hours and 45 minutes into it after the fact, go ahead and leave us a super thanks. That would be great too. We'd appreciate that. Subscribe to Tottenham Away. Subscribe to WillStewart365. In fact, on Will Stewart 365, we're going to start having all kinds of like non-football related talks. So maybe just random streams where we just talk about other stuff, like maybe like this, keep these football shows short to 2 hours, then go over to Will Stewart 365 where we can just talk about life, politics, religion, watches, just whatever people want to talk about. Anything not football related, we can do over there. Maybe that's what I'll start doing. Sending everybody over to Will Stewart 365 for like the post show, right? Where all the non-football related stuff happens. Maybe that'll be a fun thing to do.
Yeah, it will be fun.
Yeah. But thank you guys, every one of you, for watching the show. We will be back after the Manchester City game. Stay strong. Stay Spurs. And we will see you guys next time.